Hey guys, so today is not so great of a day for me. So one of the things about me, as you guys know, is that I've always advocated and I've always said, hey, whatever, like you'll have good days and you'll have bad days, and sometimes you'll just have days that are just absolutely crummy. And today is one of those days. Now it could be possibly because I slept late. It could be because my schedule is off, or it could be because I have this thought in my head. So I don't want to get too much into detail, but one of the things that has been really bothering me, and I'm going to work out, so it's not just me talking about this, I'm going to work out as well, is as I get older, I find that there are people in my life, I don't know what the beep it is. It's like there are certain people in my life that, especially like I notice this in women, where it's like women just like to one up each other kind of thing. And it's kind of like, oh, like look at me, look how great I am. Oh, this is what's going on in my life. Oh, how about you? That kind of stuff. And it's just like what is said and how it's said just is kind of like one of those like, things where it's like you can kind of tell it's not like a person who's just been like, oh yeah, da da da. It's just like you can kind of feel like there's an ego thing going on, um, and some of you guys will know what I'm talking about, right? So let's say this, right? Let's say you're an average person, right? Let's say you're an average person, and then um, you find yourself in a situation where like the other person that you've known for a while just kind of like drops things, and it's like, okay, great, this is really great, but it's just like on top, like this is how awesome my life is, my day is only awesome, and it's just so alienating. It's freaking alienating, and I've shared it with you guys. I don't know what it is. Like I see this more as I get older, where it's like, and it pisses me off. And some people would say, Erica, you're just jealous. You're jealous because your day's not always 100% great. But I hold on to the belief that people go through ups and downs. It's not always like I woke up feeling awesome, I did my day and it was awesome, I went to sleep and I felt awesome, and tomorrow I'm going to be awesome too, and the day after I'll be awesome. And it's just like, it's like, what's my mode in life? I only win. Whatever I do, I only win. So like, dude, that isn't freaking real. So I see how my life is, and I see myself kind of like always as like a work in progress. But when I have these like conversations with people, or when I hear about other people too, it's kind of like just you can kind of tell it's just like sliding. It's like, oh yeah, in case you thought your life was great, my life is even better. Your life doesn't compare to mine's, because and yeah, in women you see this too. It kind of turns into like a and and I know people will say this is really insensitive here, but it's like for certain women, I've shared it with you guys before. It's like people will say something like, "Oh, this is the kind of person that I'm with." Oh, what do they do? Oh, they're a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, and it's like, okay, well, what else about that person? Oh, not relevant, really. Just know that they're a doctor, lawyer, engineer. It pisses me the frick off. And people will say, "You're just jealous, Erica. You're jealous. You're just jealous that you did it. I'm like, no, that's not it. I just feel like it's like, oh my gosh, it just, oh, I don't like people like that. It's like, um, I feel like while people's professions are important, it's really not everything, and I don't hold this kind of thing where I just it's like I don't feel like a person's profession is really everything about them, especially when it comes out to like a person's like the significant other kind of thing. And yeah, it's just like I feel like sometimes it's like some women, it's just like get like, I'm like, dude, I'm not even like fucking engaging with you. Like you don't have to like tell me this kind of stuff. Like it's just like, whoa. So Yeah, women can be kind of vicious, but I would say that they can be kind of secretly vicious as well. And I find that, yeah, sometimes, and I've shared this with you guys before, right? Like some women will attack other women for no freaking reason, and it's just like I look at it and I say this is the reason why it's not common to find the whole sister thing, because I find a lot of women will tear each other down rather than uplift each other. It's like, look, if you have a bunch of women who are, let's say, around the same age ranges, right? It doesn't have to be a freaking like crazy competition about like, this and this and this. And one of the things that I see, it's like it's just like, oh. So I shared it with you guys, for instance, right? And this is old information for this particular situation, but I have this one person in my life, and yeah, whenever they drop into my life, they gotta tell me like how awesome their life is, and it's just like they're just bragging about their life, like they have zero interest in knowing about me at all. It's just like, yeah, hey Erica, how you doing? Oh yeah, my life is great. It's always great. Yeah, my wife is hot. That kind of stuff. It's like, okay, for fuck's sake, like, jeez. Like you're reaching out to me just to tell me how great your life is. Like, this is very strange. But um, yeah, I find people can be like that, and I don't like people like that in my life, because it's like, dude, I don't just message people telling them this kind of stuff. Like, I go through my ups and my downs, and the sad thing too is that like these people, right? It's like they feel like the need to tell you this kind of stuff, and it's like after they show off on how awesome they are, right? Like they go into your orbit just to tell you like, oh my, I'm so great, I'm so awesome, the person that I'm with is so awesome. It's like they kind of like drop off the radar. It's like, okay, well, thank you for announcing how awesome you are. um, so, it's just it gets a little suffocating over here. So, and the other thing I wanted to mention is like for women, right? Women, it's historically, right? Before, when I was in college, I used to have a lot of more male friends than female friends, and the reason is that I feel like males are more uplifting. Some people could see it from the outside in and be like, "Oh, Erica, you're just a flirt." I'm like, no, it's like men don't have freaking a lot of drama. There are some guys who are dramatic. Okay, I'm not gonna lie and say like, oh, men aren't dramatic at all, but men, it's just like they kind of do their own thing. They do their own thing. You got some, egotistical jerks here and there, but I find that they just tend to be like down to earth, humble, honest, and they just really want to, improve in their life. It's like, okay, just very, very calming, very calming. And for certain women, it's like, I feel more like, it's like if it just feels like a competition. I'm like, dude, I don't want to have this competition. Um, so yeah, it just kind of got to me today. I got triggered by something, and I was just like, oh my gosh, it just, yeah, I got triggered by something. I'm like, oh frick, and now I'm gonna hear about it more and more. Yeah, yeah. And you guys know how I feel about ageism, right? I feel like if a woman is a certain age, if she's in her 30s or her 40s, it doesn't mean her freaking life is over. Sometimes people, they have this whole thing where they say, oh, yeah, if a woman is over age 25, then she's too old. Kind of like a Marin Trent thing. And it's freaking flawed, because it's like you don't have this kind of mentality about men, right? It's like they say men age like fine wine, and women, it's just like women, it seems like you're more like spoiled milk. That's how I feel like society likes to portray it overall. And there's this like whole mentality where women are held to a much higher standard for men. And I'm not gonna get into the towing car thing, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So I just felt a little overwhelmed by stuff today, and I just thought like, oh, Eric, I just feel crummy. The weather looks crummy. I look outside, it looks gloomy as hell. It looks like one of those like dark, depressive days. And I wish the sun was out, but yeah. So with that being said, I don't want to go too much into detail, because I actually do have certain people who listen, and yeah, they yeah, I don't want it to like really what exactly it is, but yeah, yeah, it's like, yeah, so for my life, right, it's like I've been always saying like, okay, just work at things, nobody's perfect, but it's like you see certain people, and it almost seems like they just have like they just prance through life, or they just like things fall in their lap kind of thing. And then when you see how certain people like change, or how they kind of like rub it in your face kind of thing, it really sucks. Like for me, I think over the years I became a much more like understanding person. It's like I had, I could have been one of those people who just turned into like some kind of egotistical person, I guess. I don't know, like it's always a possibility, right? But it's like I see things around me. I'm like, I don't freaking like it. I don't like it at all. So, yeah, I've been very open with you guys and telling you guys things like, yeah, I feel like I lost 10 years of my life because I got stuck in my freaking head. And sometimes if if you deal with, let's say, certain issues or certain thoughts, if you don't break those thoughts, you really become like target practice. And that is the one thing that I hope everybody's aware of, right? It's like if you are depressed and people know that you're depressed, or if you have anxiety issues, they might see you as, oh, this person is such a loser. This person is just not a winner in life because, yeah, they don't have an awesome life and they're not just happy, 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 happy. And I find that, or what at least I pick up, it's like sometimes when you see people like in social media, right? They're always happy, right? But then when you actually get to know them, they can be pretty freaking the opposite. But yeah, you see it from one side, and then I know some people, it's like they're like, oh, I gotta post pictures of, let's say, me eating, or pictures of me out with my friends going to barbecue, and just be like, oh, I'm always out there, I'm always rubbing shoulders with the right people, and I got so many friends, and I party, 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 party. But at the end of the day, it's not that kind of case. So it's like, yeah, so, but when you deal with people who don't let you in for whatever reason, and they just want to show only one side, I think that can be very, very, it can rub people the wrong way, because it's like, I know logically, like, people do not live like life where they just, well, some people do, like, don't get me wrong, some people would just be like, oh, I did this and I was awesome at it, and I did this and I was awesome at it, and I only make the right moves, I never fail, kind of thing. And those kind of people, it's like, I don't want to be around people like that. I rather be with people who are just a little bit more real, a little bit more transparent about things. Because I feel like, yeah, especially if you have like a social media platform or so, if you just portray the happy side and all, like, I understand, like, people, like, if I had to think about my channel being bigger and people heard about these things, people would be like, I don't want to hear about Erica's inferiority complex, because yeah, I have that in me too. So yeah, I want to only hear about a person who just lolls and laughs through life, kind of thing. But I think psychologically it's not a good thing. At all. So I choose not to do that. I have been told several times that what I share, what I say, is not a good thing, because I should actually portray an image for myself where it's carefully controlled. Or I know, it's like you only see like the happy side and stuff like that. But I hate those people like that. Like, I shouldn't say I hate those people like that, but it's like certain YouTubers, I'm like, I don't know anything about you. And yes, you try to be all uplifting and stuff, but it's like a wall. It really is like a wall. And it actually makes me uncomfortable when I think about it a little too much. I'm like, oh, for frick's sake. Jeez, yeah, these people only smile and laugh, and they tell people certain things, and it's like, my life's always awesome. It's great. It's great. And it's just, Yeah, so that's not mentally healthy for me. I don't really follow too many people when it comes to YouTube channels. Like I try to like keep it all around because it's like it just isn't healthy to only see certain very edited kind of things in life. But the people who do show the up and downs, there are a few YouTube channels on that. Like I think like man, it's like good for them. Good for them to be so transparent about certain issues, and it brings awareness about certain issues as too. Social media, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, it is a good platform, but I think it can do more harm than good sometimes because it makes people feel a little bit more alone. And I've shared this when it comes to, let's say, video editing, for instance, right? Like, I have anxiety about video editing. And, like, from the outside in, right? I just kind of think, like, I want a certain freaking video and I have an idea, like, how I want it, but it's just so, it's just like so much editing, so much freaking editing. And, it's gonna drive me crazy. I shouldn't say this, but I feel like I'm gonna get tired of watching my own video at some point. It's like, fucking editing, editing. It's just like, yeah. So I want to make a nice video, but it's kind of like working on a class project. You guys know when you're working on a class project, it's like you work on it and you're like, okay, this is great. And then maybe like 5 pages in, you got to like redo it, re-edit it, move paragraphs around. And it's like at the end, you might have a great paper and stuff. But during the process, you're like, for fuck's sake. I know what the hell this freaking thing is. Like, I've seen this paper for over and over and over and over, and you can't wait till the paper is over, kind of thing. And I feel like that might actually happen, but we will see. We will see. Something I probably should not share, right? I shouldn't share this kind of stuff, but whatever. It's just one of those things. It's like I think it's just I'm gonna think about video. I'm gonna be like, oh, Erica, how do you make this all nice and pretty? Okay, what could you put over here? Okay, let's freaking listen to the sound clips. Oh, how much fucking little pop bubbles can you hear? Like pop, 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 pop. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And yeah, so yeah, now I'm thinking about like how I want to put things up, and then even when I was going through footage today, I said, oh, for frick's sake, I can't put this one part in there. I gotta take it out. So yeah, it's not as peachy or glossy as I would like it to be. And I think for certain content creators, they make these nice professional videos. Maybe they enjoy it, maybe they thoroughly enjoy it, but I just feel like a lot of freaking pressure, because it's not pressure from like other people telling me this. Like, let's be honest here. I think a lot of people think I'm gonna make a shitty video. Like people who like know me personally, they'd look at it and they'd be like, yeah, she's not like a freaking professional YouTuber, so her video's gonna suck. And yeah, she only talks about things that she shouldn't really talk about at all. So yeah, she's not gonna be like one of those people who have like 2 million subscribers or anything like that. Or yeah, and then if you turn into that, right, it's like people could say like, oh yeah, she's just a loser because her channel isn't as big as it could be, and she's working on it. She works on her channel, but yeah, yeah. So it kind of stings. So it kind of stings knowing that there are people who follow my channel and they're like, oh my goodness, Erica's still making videos. Her videos freaking suck. They're not as engaging as like lol 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 kind of video. And it's like I don't want to make those kind of videos. I don't want to make the lolzy videos where it's just like I gotta think like like put all this like content that I don't really feel like. I don't want to push out content that I think would just get clicks, but I personally don't like it. Because I think they call that a sellout or something. Those people who are like they try to get in, they try to break out into YouTube, and then you can kind of tell like they're not really into it for whatever reason. I can't describe it, but yeah, it's like after a while they just kind of fall off the radar sort of thing. It's like, oh geez, man. Oh, it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna BS myself and think like, oh yeah, Erica, you're gonna be able to get like lots and lots of, viewers or anything like that. I'm just like, I just want to make a freaking video I'm happy with. But I do know in the back of my mind, there are people waiting for me to fail. I'm very conscious of aware of that. And I've shared it with you guys in a community post. There are people out there that I know personally who check out my YouTube channel who, yeah, I have very good reason, very, very good reason to think it's like my channel becomes the freaking laughing stock. So, yeah, it's like, it's just like, so, yeah, I'm starting from my little base and seeing how it goes out. I want to do YouTube for like the next 2 years, and while I do this, it's going to be up and it's going to be down, and I don't want to give any like false thoughts about how I view my life, how I view certain things, and yeah, and it's just like I don't know if I'm flawed in thinking about this, but I think sometimes it's like if you know someone wants something and they're trying at something and they're failing, it's easier to kick a person down and tell them to give up than to support them. I don't know if it's just because people think, oh, this is reality kicking in. This is how it should be, right? It's like, or some people, they look from the outside and they think like some people just wake up and then they end up with a channel that's very successful. It's like, don't you know? Like, yeah, they did YouTube for 2 minutes and they know how to make this professional quality video. Like, why can't you do that, Erica? It's like, fuck, you think I can kind of push that kind of thing out there? You think it's super easy to do that stuff? And it just irks me. It just really irks me. So yeah, I want to just really do it for myself though, because it's like because I consciously know that there are people out there like that who just kind of snicker at my channel and just kind of be like, oh yeah, look at Erica, she still sucks with her videos. It gives me motivation to move forward, and I hope that if anybody has this kind of like inferiority complex about themselves, whether it be something like video editing or just state of mind or let's say quality of life, or I don't know, let's say you're irked at yourself because you're letting certain things pile up, right? Like say debt, for instance, right? Just know that you got to start from a base and you got to acknowledge that stuff and you got to really fight on to move forward, because like for me, right, knowing that some people feel the way they are, like before I would have just sunk into depression and just been like, oh, it's just like it is the way it is. Yeah, they're right. I'm a total loser. I'm never going to amount to anything like those people who just glide through life so easily like that. But now it's kind of, I think to myself like, yeah, I have a shitty day today, but you know what? I gotta trust the process. I gotta trust the process, and I gotta just keep moving forward. And you guys got to do that too. If you guys are not too happy with where you are in life and you got these other people who are kind of waiting in the wings kind of thing, like, aha, I'm always, they always think like, oh yeah, I'm going to be the better person than you for sure, always. Yeah, I'm more this than you, or I'm more this than you kind of thing. And it's like, I don't want to engage in that kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, when I think about like certain people, right? It's like I just like if I talk to a person, it's like I don't want to get into this whole freaking ego stuff. That isn't I think the point of life. I think the point of life is just to enjoy life and say, hey, like just connect with people, not kind of use positions or use certain qualities and rub it in everyone's faces and kind of be like, yeah, I woke up this awesome. Or forget about the sad things in my life. Just know I am rocking it. I am slaughtering my competition kind of thing. I'm like, oh, but yeah. So let's see over here. Let's see. So I'm going to rechat and then I'm going to work out, because one thing I've learned is that if I just stay stuck in my head, right, that's not going to do me any good. So yeah, I have a little work. Oh my gosh, I never linked the video. All right. So I don't mind having these like moods, but yeah, I can't be that kind of person where this stuff just stays stuck in my head, because here's the thing. Here's the reality of the situation. I feel like sometimes people approach you trying to play mind games with you. So for instance, right, they'll say something and they'll know that maybe you have a weak point or so, and then they know that they have like they have rent-free space in your head, and they're gonna just like play, I don't want to say psychological warfare on you, but yeah, they say like, yeah, I'm gonna mess with someone's head, and then that way they just stop, they just quit, and I'll always be better than them. So what I would say is, yeah, if you have any people like that in your life, you have two paths, right? You can either stop talking to them, but there's certain people it's like you really can't stop getting into their orbit. So for instance, right, let's say if you have a brother or something, right, or you have a sister, and you this is like, yeah, you live with them. You can't just like say, I'm gonna stop talking to my brother, because that's not realistic. But what you can do is you can just say, okay, I know how they are, and I know how I am, and yeah, their life might just they might just be rubbing things in my face right now. But you know what? I'm just gonna work on me, and let's see what happens in the future. And I feel like, yeah, sometimes it's like, I think it's very, very detrimental for people to directly compare themselves to other people, but it's even worse if other people kind of like say, for instance, right, let's say if I had a brother and my brother was, I don't know, a doctor or something, right? If my family said, Erica, how come you're not a doctor? Your brother is a doctor, right? Oh, you're just a loser, Erica, because you're not a doctor. It's like that kind of stuff really messes with your head. And I feel like sometimes it's like people, they don't watch what they say. And for the people that I know personally in my life who, let's say, they try to go into the creative arts, whether it be art or like writing or something like that, I think to myself, like, that takes a freaking lot of courage to get into that, because it's not a traditional like, oh yeah, another doctor, let's clap kind of thing, profession, and it's freaking competitive, right? It's like not every writer becomes the next, like, what's it calls it, the next, what was it, Nora Roberts or something like that, or J.K. Rowling. So yeah, let me add this in over here, and I'm gonna work on in a couple minutes, because yeah, I feel like I'm okay having these kind of thoughts, but at the end of it, I gotta move forward, and you guys should move forward too, as well. So if you have a depressive day, just think, okay, what are you insecure about? Do a little bit work on that, right? Let's say if you're insecure about your weight, you wake up feeling crappy about your weight, do a little bit of exercise. If you're feeling crappy about your hair, work on your styling a little, comb your hair, wash your hair, take a shower, that kind of stuff. Yeah, yeah, no, I mean, like, here's the thing, right? It's like certain people who look from outside in, it's easier to be like, oh, how come your channel isn't so much longer? Like, how long have you had this channel? It's like, oh, well, I don't really take it seriously. And then I was just like, oh, I don't take it seriously. And they're like, well, why do you even do it? You're just wasting your time. It's like, okay, okay, and then it's like, oh, your content sucks. That's why nobody wants to watch it. I'm like, okay, that is, jeez, that's some something. that stings. That stings when you hear about those kind of things. Okay, hold up. Let's all check Zoltan's channel over here. Yeah, so Armora says people are always waiting to find your weakness so you can use it, they can use it against you. I feel like some people, it's like maybe they're not happy with their own life, so it's like they try to tear down other people. It's very destructive. It's like if, they could say like, I have, let's say, this job, right? But someone looks like they're doing okay in life, let me tell the other person about how much better I am because I have this certain job or I have this certain partner. And it's like, you never asked for that kind of stuff. And it's not even just them mentioning it, it's like other information as well. It's like, whoa. Whoa, it's like insensitive if you tell someone, for instance, right? Like you ask them, "Oh, how you been?" and you're single, right? Let's say you've always been single, right? I know there are certain people in my chat right now, they've never been in a relationship. There's nothing wrong with not being in a relationship, okay? If you're not in a relationship, it's better to be not in a relationship and screen a person really well than rush into a relationship and then end up with a person who, let's say abuses you or something like that. You've heard about those people, right? People who just find themselves in a really bad situation. I remember I heard this one thing, and I'll share it with you guys. Probably in a community post. Actually, you guys can look it up. There was this pregnant woman. I think it was in Taiwan, but I might be remembering it wrong. I think it was like in the South China Post or something. I saw it, and this one woman, she was pregnant. She had a husband, I believe it was her husband, and he had a gambling addiction. And he pushed her. He pushed her off a cliff because he wanted to collect her life insurance. And the last words he said was go to, hell. And she survived it. She broke like 17 bones. And this guy, right? This guy, it's like the next day I believe she woke up, and this guy, he said, shut up, don't say anything, because they were in a hospital, right? And he actually wanted, even though she had broken like 17 bones, he wanted to get her discharged from the hospital, so most likely so he could finish her off. And the hospital staff thankfully stopped him. So you do not want to be in a situation where you meet a person and you don't have this like feeling like they're a genuine person. Because I know some people, they enter relationships because, let's say, they're not happy with themselves and they find like being in a relationship might make them happier. Like that's not the case. It's like, from my experience, it's like you have to really make your own happiness. If you're unhappy with your own life, you can't expect another person to somehow like make your life happy, right? You got to do it yourself. So again, there's nothing wrong with being single, and I think if you guys looked at that story, you'd be like, man, it's really not bad being single. At least I didn't get pushed off a cliff. So, that kind of stuff. It just is something. So I don't know what I was just talking about. I forgot. I was going off a train of thought and then a tangent. But I am going to exercise because even though I'm having a crappy day and I'm not feeling so great and I'm not feeling so confident, I can at least work out. And if I work out, right, I'll be in a better place than I was yesterday. So I'm trying to get into a routine. My working out today has nothing to do with me saying, man, I want to be, I want to have a banging body. It's just, I just want to break out of this mental cycle. I don't want to have a day where I don't feel like I'm moving forward. And I am forcing myself to move forward because, like I said, I have spent too freaking long just stuck in my head. And sometimes, you know what they say, right? They say, like, if you don't change your ways, then don't expect things to change, right? If you sit all day eating Cheetos and you're wondering why you're not losing weight, you have to change your habit and stop eating Cheetos. Now, I'm not dissing Cheetos. I love Cheetos very much. But yeah, don't expect change to come, because yeah, if you don't do anything, then unless you somehow win the lottery or something. Well, actually, it takes effort to enter the lottery too, right? You still got to go and get your scratch-off ticket or enter your freaking numbers in there. Your life won't change unless you put that kind of effort in. And here's my thought. I think in a couple of years I'll be in a much better place. I really do think that. I think my fitness level will be up. I think my mental health, I'm not saying my mental health is shitty, but I'm thinking that I'll look back and realize, like, man, Erica, you really actually came quite some distance. And I think it'll be a sizable difference. But I don't want to ever give off this idea that I just woke up and like, oh, Erica, I instantly knew what I wanted to do in terms of my clothes or my fitness or my dietary habits. I do a lot of experimenting. I do a lot of like, let me try this, let me try that. And even when it comes like today, right? You guys saw my stream about me freaking vacuuming up cat hair and uh, now brushing the cats. Like every time I pass the cats, right? I'm kind of trying to tell myself like get up more often, whip out the freaking cat brush and brush the cats. Even if it's like 5 seconds or so, 5-10 seconds, so that way you get a little bit of cat hair, and hopefully there'll be less cat hair around the house. I vacuumed quite a freaking lot of cat hair today, and my skin gets better. So what I noticed is that I was having cat hair stick to my arms. I would just be sitting and it's just like there's so much cat hair in the freaking apartment that it's like you know, I look at my arm and be like, why do I have pieces of cat hair like all over my arms? When you have 3 cats, it's kind of unavoidable, but what I can do is I can minimize it, and by brushing them I can minimize it. The dander, I can spray them. So my thinking is wake up, comb them, because I still have, you know, I'm still refreshed in the morning or kind of groggy. I can spray dander spray on them. For Mr. Clinton, I'm going to have to wipe him with a dander wipe. He's not going to allow me to spray him most likely. And throughout the day, right, it's like walk around every so often, brush the cats a little bit more, maybe for like 15-20 seconds. And before I go to sleep, you know, spend more time brushing them, maybe about 3 to 5 minutes each. And yeah, so it will reduce the amount of cat hair around the house, and less dander, so I have less skin irritation. I really want to get back on track, and I really want to reduce this itchiness because I want to wear clothes that I used to wear before. It's like I don't want to keep wearing cotton all day, all night. And it's not saying I hate cotton, but let's be real here. There's a lot of clothes are made out of different materials, and some of it's synthetic. So I'm hoping I can go back to wearing my partially, you know, my synthetic clothing. And if I'm going out, I don't break out in freaking itchiness or rash. Yeah. So yeah, it's all about little small little things, for sure. So I'm gonna exercise over here, and I know I spent time not making my shake, so I'm gonna make my shake first, and after I make my shake, I'll refrigerate it, and then I'll work out. So you guys can check the video. I think I put the link in the description. I don't like making a protein shake after I work out because it's like if I'm so tired, the last thing I want to do is grab the freaking protein shake. You know, it's like I'm like, oh, I'm sweating. I don't want to make a protein shake. So that's something that I realized for myself. So making it beforehand, it's just like, okay, Erica, you can just go in the fridge and pop open one of those your pre-made protein shake. And yeah, it's simple from there. The other thing I could do is I could buy those pre-packaged ones, you know, like the Orgain stuff, where it's already just like poke the straw in there, but it gets kind of costly. So I don't wanna spend like $2 for a freaking protein shake and then store it when we already have like a bunch of blender bottles. And it really takes about 45 seconds to make. I'm already, yeah, just like 8 ounces of water, 1 scoop of protein, 1 scoop of glutamine, shake it. I like to shake it about 30 to 50 times. You don't have to shake it so many times. But I don't like it when, it sounds weird, but I don't like it like not having a well shaken drink. Okay, protein shake done. So let me work out over here. So this is the thing that I'm going to be doing. It is a 10-minute circuit, and it looks like it has some weights. So let's do this. Okay, here we go. And here's my weights. Okay.
Every little bit of movement counts. So even if you just do this through one time for a 10-minute workout on those busy
I like
days,
10-minute workouts.
Count it good, okay? This is lower body focused. I am going to have a pair of 10-pound weights and a pair of 5-pound weights. You can also do this workout with no weights, all right? Okay, so I'm just going to get right into it. So the workout will be part of, the warm-up will be part of the workout. We're going to start with a single weight. We're going to do alternating reverse lunges, and then we're going to take a little twist towards that front knee. Good. So back lunge, little twist. Back lunge, little twist. Make sure you really focus on drawing that belly in. Good. So each exercise is going to be 60 seconds.
Ooh, so
we're halfway through this one. 30 seconds to go. So this is a great workout you can do after a walk, or if you want to do like a 10-minute cycling ride, if you've got a bike, or this is great by itself. Really be mindful of drawing your belly in here as you twist. And remember, we're not really twisting extreme, just a little twist to one side. Good. And then a little twist to the other side. All right. So I'm going to grab the other weight. You can put it on your shoulders or your side, feet into your hips. 2, 3, squeeze. 1, 2, 3. So it's just a triple pull squat. 2, 3, squeeze. 1, 2. You can bring the weights up on your shoulders if you like. Sometimes this bothers people's low back. So be mindful of that. If it bothers you, then just hold them to your side.
I don't know if that was for my workout a couple days ago.
Why does it bother people's low back? Because you really have to engage your core if you put weight on your shoulders, right? So be mindful of that. So remember, it's just a triple pulse. 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. 10 more seconds. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3. Last time. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now we're going to take the right leg to a back lunge. We're going to stay on this right side.
These back lunges. We're going to have a curl.
Down. So just reverse lunge and curl. Knee up at the top.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, I feel it. Oh, frick. Yeah, that has to be my previous workout.
Good. Really be mindful. Squeezing those glutes.
Oh, I don't want to squeeze anything. Oh, my thigh.
All right. For the last 15 seconds of this minute, we're going to pulse at the bottom.
Oh.
Here we go. Pulse down. Now, as this pulsing, press towards the right heel. Kind of wiggle your toes on that front foot.
This usually doesn't hurt, but this actually really hurts.
Glutes. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. Just switch sides. Right away. Get right into it. Curl. Down.
No. I'm going to pause it for a second. Okay.
Up. Down. Up.
Ow. Every time I do this position, oh my gosh, I can feel it in my inner thighs. It's really bad.
Lower body focus workouts.
I don't want to
really
do that.
Get that heart rate going. Good. Doing great. Down. Up. Down. Up. Whew. Lose my balance here. All right. Let's hold that pulse. Last 15 seconds. Press through that front heel. Good. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm grabbing my lighter weights.
I'm already at my lighter weights. I only have one set of weights.
Right. Balancing on my right leg.
Okay. Let's see over here. It doesn't look that hard, but like I said, oh my freaking legs. I definitely feel it from previously, for sure. Okay, so let's go back over here.
Left leg goes back, lifting up to do a head lift, and then high row. As that leg lifts, keep your hips squared up.
Oh my goodness, I almost fell.
Shoulders and hips stay square. Chest stays tall. Keep your foot flexed here and really kind of power through that heel you're lifting. But really draw the belly in. Doing great. Just bringing the weights right to our armpits. You got it. All right, other side. Here we go. So you're balancing on the other leg. This time when we come up, we're just going to do a nice little lateral raise, side raise. Notice how I'm not lifting the weights any higher than the shoulders. We keep the palms facing down. Kind of lead with your elbows. Good. Control. You can take this as slow or fast as you want. Remember, if you are wanting to go a little faster, be mindful of your form. It's not going to do any good if we go fast and we're not mindful of our form. Good. Nice. The next one, we're going to be moving into sumo squats with a curl. I'm going to be grabbing my heavier weights, but feel free to stay if you switch to lighter weights. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
So we start in the middle with a squat.
Squat.
We side to the right for sumo, toes out, heels in with a curl. Middle squat. Now to the left.
Side.
Middle. Now to the right.
I always feel like the first time I do a workout,
Doing great.
I feel like a dumbass.
Halfway down with this
I
one.
make errors. But it's totally normal.
We are already on exercise 7.
Because it's like you're not familiar with the routine.
And then our
Who's doing the routine has probably done this at least 7 times.
Fun, yes.
Right? Because they're the one who made the routine. And anybody who's in the background has to look good. So they're very familiar with the routine
10
first.
more seconds. All right. Go ahead and put those weights down. We're going right into skaters.
Oh my god.
So it's like stepping side to side.
I like did opposite arms.
So as you can see, this workout is designed to get the large muscle groups working, get that heart rate up.
I went to an Orange
it's
Theory
effective,
fitness class, and the person
even if
said
you
I
just
was
do it for
looking
10
like I was
minutes.
doing a ballet move.
One time through.
And I was like,
They
oh
say
god.
12 minutes is what you need today. So there you go.
Like a glissade or something.
Come on, 20 seconds. 12 minutes of getting that heart rate up. You got it.
Arm, same leg.
Come on. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now we're going to squat jacks. Down,
Right.
up, down. From the side, look how my chest stays higher than my butt. So that might mean you don't touch the floor all the way. That's okay. I don't want this. I do not want that.
Okay.
Keep your chest tall. Keep bending those knees. 20 seconds, we can do it. Ten.
10.
Come on. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Oh, damn it.
1. All right. Last one right here. Coming to the floor.
Okay.
Roll up.
Hold on. Oh, frick. I clicked out. Okay. That was definitely quite a workout. Okay. Let me see.
I mean, you don't touch the floor all the way.
Oh, there's only one more minute.
I don't want this. I do not want that. Keep your chest tall.
I'm just gonna be doing this.
Bend in those knees.
Okay, I just ran.
20 seconds. We can do it.
Yeah. It's funny, like freaking 20 seconds go by so quickly, but when you're exercising, it takes a really
10. Come on.
Longest fucking 10 seconds.
7.
So
6.
freaking long.
5. 4. 3. 2. 1. All right.
Okay.
Last one right here.
Okay.
Coming to the floor. Roll up. Lift your feet. Roll down. Roll up.
Okay, hold on.
Lift your feet. Come on. 7. 6. 5.
I'm catching my breath.
4. 3. 2. 1. All right. Last one right here.
Okay.
Coming to the floor.
Yeah.
Roll up.
Oh.
Lift your feet.
Okay.
Roll down. Roll up. Lift your feet. And down.
Okay.
Roll up. Feet. Roll down. Roll up.
I messed up on the first two.
And down. Come on.
Oh.
You got this.
Yeah, I definitely got this.
Really keep that belly
I could probably do this for another
You're
minute.
strong. You can do this. So this is an example of a go-to workout I do when I'm on the road or I'm just busy and I don't have time. I have 10 minutes, right? We always have 10 minutes. You can do it. That's it, right there. So,
Yeah.
you can be done, or
Yeah.
press play again, and we'll do it again together. I think I might have one more time in me. So, you decide. See you later. Have a great day.
Woohoo. Good job if anybody did that workout.
All right.
I'm not doing that again. So, that was a good workout. It definitely wasn't as strong. It definitely wasn't as intensive as the last time, but I'm definitely sweating. I'm still trying to catch my breath. And yeah, I'm a big fan of these kind of workouts because it's short, it's doable, and although I can spend an hour doing a workout, I really just don't want to do an hour workout. Like, I don't think I can do it. So I'd rather just do like a concentrated 10-minute workout and go at it that way rather than, do one of these like freaking 30-minute or 1 hour. I mean, like, when it comes down to it, right? Working out, the most important thing is to actually move and do something about it. So, hold on. I'm gonna like wash my face really quickly. I was reading online, and they said if you have a skin issue like eczema, you don't want to rub your skin. You want to pat the sweat off of you, and that makes sure you're hopefully less itchy. So that's what I'm doing right now. Oh, it's so nice to actually be done with that freaking workout. Put that in the wash. I didn't do laundry today. I'll probably do laundry later on today. Let me get my shake that I made about 15 minutes ago. And yeah. I'm gonna sit down on my little stool. Oh crap. I know someone's probably listening to this and they're like, oh my goodness, Erica. But yeah, this kind of stuff, I was feeling a little crummy for sure earlier, and I'm so freaking tired and exhausted, and I feel happy at least I did something about it. I personally haven't, oh crap. How the hell is this so restricted? Hold on a second. Let me figure out what's going on. Oh, let's see. Let's see if I can go to YouTube Studio right now and figure out how to unblock you or something. Hold on. Ooh. Let's do this now. Let's see. MacBook is lagging because it's a MacBook. Now, let's see, comments, customization, settings. Let's see, settings. I think it might be settings. It makes sense if it's settings. Permissions, default, community. I think it's community. Okay, here we go. Hidden users. Oh my. Oh yeah. How are you hidden? Okay, you should be fine now. Yeah. Okay. Save. Yeah, you should be fine now, Danny. If you try to go through here, you should be fine. I don't know why the hell you were put in there. I think part of it could have happened because maybe someone was trying to block someone, and accidentally it was yours instead. But yeah, thanks for letting me know. And yeah, it happens. Thankfully, there's not too many people in there. But I do see. Yeah. Sorry about that, Danny. I have no idea what happened. Like I said, I think it was truly just a mix-up for sure. Like, there's really no reason to block you. Yeah. Yeah, no problem. So, yeah, I hope some of you guys are exercising a little bit more, and it's not glamorous, but here's the thing that I found. I found that people who tend to work out, I've shared it with you guys, and I'm going to get a little off topic, but you know what? Hell with it. Hell with it. When you look at people who tend to look younger than their age, let me find it. They tend to have toned bodies. So I know I've touched on this before, but I came across, let me show you guys this really quick. YouTube, come on. It's not YouTube, actually. It's my computer. Okay, hold on. I gotta go through my history. Where is it? Where are you? Come here. Waiting for it. Okay, here we go. So, let me go back on live stream. This isn't complicated. I just don't like it how my computer freezes on me sometimes. Okay, so, but this is just me complaining. Okay, so I put a link in the description. Here it is. I would say, look at this. Oh my goodness, yeah, you're right. What the hell? You know what? Here's the thing. I don't think you can ban a mod. So, there you go. Ta-da! I don't think you can ban a mod. So, I wanted to show you guys this. This is Essence. And you know how they say black don't crack? I really feel that way. Oh, I'm so envious. But let me point this out to you. So some of these women are about 60, 70 years old. I truly see these women as such an inspiration. And yeah, let's play it. So what you're going to notice over here is they obviously take care of themselves. Their hair is on point. Their skin is, their skin is radiant, and they just have this glow about them as well. So sometimes I feel like women, they just, they let themselves go. And I understand it, right? Sometimes people have families, they're busy with, let's say, family issues, work issues, and they don't take time for themselves and they don't exercise. But what happens is that slowly but surely, the body deteriorates. And I think what's really detrimental, I don't want to just say it's for women in general, but I'll say for everybody, is once you have this you go down this whole mindset of like, I'm too old, you just like let yourself go, and that's when things start falling apart. So these women, just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so let's fast forward this. I'm gonna have to fast forward it. Okay, so
because I live from the inside.
Look at this woman, for instance, right? She's 51 years old.
My age is 51.
Look at this woman. Does she look like she's 51? She looks like she's in her 30s. So you can see, right? Her hair's nice. She looks stylish. She has great skin. She just looks radiant. And it's not just the makeup. It just seems like her skin, even on her shoulders and her neck, it just seems like it's glowy. And it could be lighting, but I would actually say that look at the body. Look at the body. Look at her arms. Look at her legs. In my opinion, the legs are indicative that she actually does some exercise. Maybe she doesn't do a lot of exercise, but I'm sure this woman diets. I'm sure she probably does something, whether it be yoga, walking, running, because she doesn't look flabby. And here's something that I'll share with you guys. If you are, let's say if you're a woman, or if you like wearing a dress, I feel like a dress like this is really good because for women, sometimes you feel like you get flabby on the upper arms. So the sleeves cover up any, I don't want to say like chicken wing, but you know what I'm talking about? Like I have a little flab on my arm. So it's not like I'm fat shaming or anything. Like I can be real about my own things too. This dress length, it's knee length. I think it's really classy. And if she has any, let's say, jiggly looking thighs or something, then you can't see it, right? Because of the shape.
Age is a myth.
So I really like knee length dresses so much. I think it's a very classy length. And you can grow into it as you're older. So 30s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s,
and 60s. State of mind. Honestly, because
So yeah, and then you got this woman over here.
To live, so I like to keep it simple. I am Josephine Rolite Robinson Floyd, and I am 81.
81 years old. Look at this woman, okay?
Years of age. I do my exercise. If I don't do it every day, I do it every other day. I like to be positive.
See, so she exercises. Actually, you know what? Let me go back over here so you guys can listen to the whole freaking thing.
51. I really do believe that age is a myth and beauty is a state of mind. Honestly, because I live from the inside out, that is my beauty routine. I wear no makeup. It's just a personal choice. There's too much life to live.
So she doesn't wear makeup normally?
So I like to keep it simple.
But you can see the foundation that she's working with looks really great. She also has great bone structure as well.
I am Josephine Rolite Robinson Floyd, and I am 81 years of age. I do my exercise. If I don't do it
So yeah, some women, they forget to do exercise and then they just start letting themselves go. This woman, she takes care of her body.
Every day, I do it every other day. I like to be positive.
And it's all about a routine, right? It's like kind of like when you wake up and you brush your teeth, you don't really think about it. You just get into the whole habit. So I'm hoping for me, I get into the habit of exercising. I want to do it like 3 times a week because I am still recovering. Like my freaking thighs were killing me. But yeah, I hope that when I'm 81 years old, I hope to live live until I'm like 95, ideally. But I hope that I'm mobile, and I hope that I age well.
Hi, my name is Fatima Mohammed.
Okay, so 42, this woman's 10 years older than me.
2 years old. I was born vegan and
raised. This woman looks great.
Eating very healthy.
So let me show over here. You see the legs? You can clearly see when she's wearing So one thing about heels is it elongates the thigh, but you can clearly see she has a calf muscle. You see that? I'm going to be honest here, like if I wear heels right now, my calf does not look as toned as that. So although I'm skinny, I can very readily admit that I'm skinny fat. So I don't have the tonage that this woman does. And this woman is not toned from not exercising. She clearly exercises.
Is eating very healthy, and I live a
See the leg? Look at her calf.
very active life. Do yoga, ballet.
What do you know? She does yoga and ballet. I didn't watch this, you guys, but I figured, yeah, she probably does some sort of yoga. So what it does is that it lengthens her, it leans her up.
Belly dance. Try to stay as active as possible. Yeah.
My name is Annabelle, and I'm 94
years old. Holy crap, this woman looks great.
Years of age. Yes, I am still working as a receptionist 4 days a week.
My name is Crystal Baxter.
Look at her skin. Her skin looks great. Her eye bags aren't that big either. I feel like sometimes when you look at women, they got these really huge eye bags. I don't know what causes it. I think it's a combination of eating too much salty food, fluid retention, plus lack of sleep. Because I notice like if I eat too much salty food and I have lack of sleep, my eye bags look terrible.
70 at the moment. Sense of humor is the most important thing. It keeps you youthful. I laugh a lot. I laugh as much as possible.
Her skin looks amazing.
It really helps. My name is Wendy.
Oh, Wendy Ida. So she is my woman crush, as you guys know. Oh, I adore her so much. She is such a rock star. Look at that body, okay? Look at this body. You can see the arms. She also has amazing legs, her hair, her bone structure. She just looks glowing. And how old? I mean, this woman's arms. I mean, I wish I had arms. This was beautiful.
And I'm 60 years old.
60 years old! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! And so now she just recently turned, I think, 69 2 days ago. Either it was yesterday or the day before. I can't remember, but oh my gosh, I'm just mad. I'm just mad, like, oh, she just looks so great. Like mad crushing kind of thing. So see the hair, the skin, the fitness, it's all a whole package deal. So don't think it's just about watching what you eat, right? It's not just that. You have to take care of your hair, your skin, your clothing has to fit you very well, and you need to have a really good like outlook in life. I find that if you're depressed about life, and I go through periods where I'm feeling not so great, like earlier today. I'm feeling better now after I worked out, to be honest with you. But it definitely does make a difference. And I would say look in order to change your perception about aging, look at women who defy aging, who look really good for their age, and that way you're going to be less scared of aging. So for me personally, I want to have a really good body, and it probably won't happen this year. It could happen next year. But with keeping my diet in check and making sure I try to make healthier choices, then slowly but surely with the combination of exercise, I can get there, in my opinion. And once I get there, I want to maintain it as much as possible. And even if I kind of just don't maintain it as much, at least I know I hit it once, and then it's like different, right? So if, for instance, having a body at a certain fitness level is too hard for me, then I won't feel bad about it, because I can say, well, at least I tried it, and it's not for me. Same thing with the keto diet. Remember, like I tried the keto diet. I was so happy when I was on it. I thought it was amazing, and I'm still dealing with skin issues right now. Hopefully it goes down. We'll see. But I think it's a combination of keto plus the freaking cat dander. So I'm doing both, and I'm still supplementing.
And having a good time.
So I hope to be this amazing. I hope to look almost as great as Wendy Ida when I'm 60 years old.
As much as possible. It really helps. My name is Wendy Ida, and I'm 60 years old. And having a good time. In terms of great skin,
look at those legs too. So clearly this woman works out. It's very shapely. Sometimes I feel like when we think about elderly looking women, senior citizens, or people who are close to senior citizens, their body looks like it's decaying. And I don't mean that in an offensive way, but their muscles, I don't want to say their muscles are atrophying, but they're losing muscle mass. And I'm very aware that, as I get older, I'm going to be losing muscle mass. So I want to make sure that I build muscle mass right now and then just tailor how I, how my fitness is, or how I take care of my body as I get older, because I'm doing research about this stuff, and if I'm on a plan, I can, where am I going to be in like 10 years or so? I think hopefully I'll be a lot more knowledgeable when I'm 42.
Again, one of my favorite things, you have to do the inside and the outside of your body. So
look at this. See? So she used to be overweight. Some people might be surprised, but she said she didn't start working out until she was 43. But look at the arms. The arms clearly show she works out. She got the legs too. Now, I'm not saying all women who work out will get these shapely legs, but this is not the legs that you would expect of a 60-year-old woman, for sure. And now she's 69, and she still looks really great.
So for the inside, I always start first thing out of bed with drinking 2 glasses of water.
Cleota Proctor will begin.
So yeah, she drinks a lot of water. I always drink a lot of water. I don't think I drink 2 glasses of water when I first get out of bed, but I'm definitely drinking water throughout the day. Let me drink some water. Okay.
Age 82. I try to rest and enjoy myself every day. I maintain my vitality.
So you can see this woman looks stylish. See? So she accessorizes, and it could just be styling. Like, I'm not going to say she always looks this banging, but you can look at her arms. Her arms look like she has some sort of muscle definition. Her legs don't look too shapely, but I would venture to say she works out somewhat based on her arms.
Vitality and my mental stability by reading, by being active, by travel.
My name is Marilyn Artist.
So by being active, yeah, she works out.
And I'm 54 years young. To me, my grandmother told me one day that being pretty.
So like, see those legs over here? Shapely legs.
Handicap if you don't know how to use it. For the first time in my life, I'm showcasing me, and it's always never been about me. It's always been about my family.
Her skin looks amazing.
I feel good about it because now I'm 50. And at 50, you know what you want, you know how you want it, and you know where to go get it.
Live a vital life. Get in touch with your heart. When we get in touch with our heart, amazing things start to happen, and it bypasses all of the circuitry of the linear brain, the analytical brain, that talks about age as a limitation.
So, yeah, in case you guys didn't know this, I don't believe that, skinny women are the only ones who are attractive. I think that beauty comes in all shapes and sizes. And even if you're not, as curvy as these women, just get to like a fitness level. If you have like toned arms, toned legs, even if they're not as shapely as these, you can clearly see you can be skinny and you can still be shapely. You're not going to be as curvy as some of these women, right? Remember that one woman who says she does ballet? Or was she? This one? She's skinny. Okay, let's see. We're at 240 right now. This woman, right? She's skinny, but she definitely has shape. See?
And I live a very...
She has shape. Okay, so let me go back over here.
Or race as a limitation, or sexuality. Sex as a limitation. It just eliminates all of that because the heart only knows love. I use an exfoliation. I stay out of the sun. Very basic.
So Wendy Ida stays out of the sun. I'm a big fan of staying out the sun. In fact, I think I might have stayed out of the sun so freaking much I ended up with a vitamin D deficiency. But I'm supplementing now.
Put on sunscreen, and when I do wash my face, I always pat it down at the end with some ice or some cold water. It helps to close the...
I'm gonna start doing that. Doing some cold water or ice on my face.
Pores. And when I go to work out, I put makeup on purpose.
So look, this woman does work out.
Perfume, and I got all kinds of good looking workout clothes, and they think I'm younger than I am. I think that's funny. It's a state of mind.
I do everything in moderation. I eat a little bit of everything, but everything in moderation. Be careful what you
So
take.
I'm also a big fan of moderation. I just had cookies today. But that wasn't the only thing I ate.
I'm not talking about food. I'm talking about the people in your life. Be careful. And I don't do drama. I don't allow drama around me. It's very important what you take in. And that affects your inner strength, and that affects your beauty.
Okay, yeah, I really should take that one in. Yeah. So, yeah, Hannah says you don't know if you have a vitamin D deficiency without a blood test. Well, I feel like because I'm not really going out, probably not very good for me to not have enough vitamin D. So, and they also say, what did they say? They said like about 40% of the population has a vitamin D deficiency, and I would actually err on the side that's me as well. So, yeah. I don't want to lose weight. I just want to get toned. So I don't even scale. I don't even like weigh myself on a scale. Like I weigh myself on a scale maybe once every 3 months or so. But when I was about 121 pounds and working out, I thought like, okay, you know, I'm heavier, but I feel better. So I haven't been working out. That's why I'm probably leaning towards about 117, 119 right now. It's all about how I feel and tonnage of the body. I think it's very flawed if you say, well, I want to be like really skinny, because as I shared with you guys in a previous stream, when I went to that little free market thing, and on Sunday, I saw two Asian women. One Asian woman was really skinny, and she kind of had a body like me. I'm not bashing myself here, but I'm just calling it as it is. So but this woman had like no leg tonnage, kind of like me. I feel like if I look from the side, she had like a pretty dress, kind of floofy, and it would be something like a body shape that I'd say is a lot very, very similar to mine's, but she did look skinnier than me. And then next to her was a woman who was also Asian, but she was wearing leggings and she had a great body. It looked toned. Her calves were there. She had a great booty. And if I look at them side by side without seeing their face, here's the thing. If you look at a woman from the back, right? Or if you look from the side view, without seeing how their face looks like, you would make that judgment and say a woman would be younger if she has a more toned and fit body. And that's the thing that like kind of dawned on me. I thought, man, this woman who is skinny fat, and I'm not going to shame people who are skinny fat, okay? It's like, if you don't work out, you're going to chances be skinny fat. Like if you don't eat anything and you're just not exercising, or if you just have high metabolism or you practice moderation, but if you don't exercise, chances are you're going to lean towards skinny fat, especially if you have, what was it called, like an ectomorph kind of body. I think that's what it is. And yeah, seeing those two women side by side really was an eye-opening thing for me, because I thought like, wow, I don't want to be one of those women where I look youthful in the face or the neck, you know, with serums and moisturizer and skincare stuff, but people look at my body, right, even just me wearing clothes, and say, man, this woman looks like she's clearly in her 50s because her body is not on point. And when I mean on point, I'm talking about muscle definition. I do not want to be one of those women who just look like they're I don't want to say wasting away here, but I'm going to say it because there is a huge difference in having a toned body versus just being skinny. I think it's actually detrimental to have this mentality where a person will look youthful as long as they're skinny. That is not true, because like I've seen women who are about 70 years old and they're bone skinny, like they're super freaking skinny, but they look frail. You know the type what I'm talking about? Let me show you guys this one. So frail skinny women. Frail skinny women. Let me find something. See, like this, like I understand like when you're elderly you lose muscle tonnage, but when you don't have any body shape on your arms or on your upper arms or your legs, I feel that, yeah, you look significantly older and it looks like you're wasting away. And I would like to avoid that, because I have relatives who are, you know, my grandma, my great grandma, those people. It's like, yeah, they just got really skinny, and I don't want that. I don't want that for myself, for sure. So see this? See this? I would like to avoid this. Right now, I am 32. If I can try to minimize my chances of being frail by exercising right now and looking closer to one of these women, then I will gladly start making the steps moving forward. And I would like to defy aging. And my big fear, like I've shared with you guys, is I don't want to fall down when I'm older and break my hip. It might be possible for me. It definitely will. See this? See these women over here? So this woman, you see the woman on the right? I mean, I'm sure she's significantly younger, but you can look at her body posture, right? I don't know if it's just because of the shoulder paddings, but she looks more sturdy than the woman on the left. And I have relatives who start hunching forward. My grandpa hunched forward, I think starting when he was, I want to say 75 or so, or 70, I can't really remember. And then my grandma's kind of short, so she doesn't really hunch over that much. But yeah, I want to avoid this. I want to make sure that I look farther away from this and closer to one of these women, as long as I can. Now, I'm not saying that when I turn 80, I'm going to be looking, as great as these women, but I would have a significantly higher chance as long as I stick with the routine. And I hope all of you take steps to take care of yourself as well, because from what I see from people who are elderly and bedridden, again, I have a grandma who was bedridden, great grandma who was bedridden. I don't want to be living that kind of life where I fell down and I can't get back up and I can't live the life how I want to. I'm just waiting for life to pass by. And yeah, so for anybody, if anybody feels insecure about their age, I felt a lot more insecure about my age actually in my 20s. 20s, believe it or not, right? You would think like, Erica, you should feel like, you're owning it because you're in your 20s, but no, I felt so insecure because I actually feared getting into my 30s, and when I hit 30, I was like, oh, I guess it's here. And yeah, but then I realized, like, looking back, I'm like, damn it, Erica, you freaking wasted your 20s because you were fearing aging. And moving forward, I don't want to have this kind of mentality. Like, aging is coming. I'm older today than I was yesterday, but at least I'm moving forward more today than I was yesterday because I did my little workout. Who wants to wear those heels? Totally impractical. You know what? I like wearing high heels. I think it makes, for me, I personally like wearing it. I don't wear it all the time. I very, very, very seldomly wear it. I think I've only worn heels here maybe 3 times, but I feel sexier wearing high heels. And it just, as you guys can see, like for,
And try to stay as active as
let's
possible.
see.
My name is Anna.
Okay.
Like Robinson Floyd, and I am 81 years today. I do my exercise. If I don't do it every day, I do it every other day. I like to be positive.
Okay, this woman looks long and lean and beautiful. But like Wendy Ida, for instance, if you wear high heels, it elongates your legs and it also shows off your calf muscles. So you look more shapely if you have heels on, and it's even more accentuated when you work out. So that's how come sometimes it's like women work out, right? They have great legs, and then when they wear high heels, it's like va-boom! So I want to have really great legs as well. And it's not going to be something that, it's not like fast food. I'm not going to be able to get it right away. Not like a freaking microwave, like 30 seconds. It's going to take me some time, and that's all right. Yeah, she's wearing a wig. I have no problem with the idea of wearing a wig or a weave, because from what I notice is that over time your hair gets thinner, right? So that's why women get hair extensions. They wear wigs. They wear weaves, and that's totally fine. Like, I have zero problem with a woman adding more volume in her hair, putting on things like hairspray, putting clip-in extensions, as long as they feel confident. And if I had clip-in extensions, or if I bought hair extensions, I'd definitely tell you guys. I'd be like, my hair looks awesome because I have double the hair volume that I normally have. There's only so much, I think, hair supplements one can take, and I like having hair extensions. So I don't have any hair extensions in my hair right now, but if you guys watch one of my streams, I had this like long hair clip-in, and oh, I loved it so much. I just very rarely, I think I've only worn it about 3 times, and that was it. But I do love having hair extensions. There's something very I feel like empowering, or kind of like you feel like a princess wearing it. You're like, ooh, I got so much hair volume. Wow, this is amazing. And a lot of Hollywood celebrities, for women, they do have hair extensions. Victoria's Secret models, they have clip-in hair extensions. So let me show you guys this one. Victoria's Secret model clip-in hair. See that? So they'll put in hair extensions in the hair to add more volume, and you know what? It's totally okay. It's totally okay to have hair extensions. It's totally okay to use hairspray. You got the look, and yeah, this would not be a hidden thing if I did put in clip-in. In fact, if I had clip-ins and it would be really nice, I would tell everybody about it. I'd be like, you know what? Go get hair extensions. Go get these clip-in hair extensions, because it's going to do amazing things. So because I anticipate my hair getting thinner as I get older, and I feel like women, they really do benefit a lot from having voluminous hair. So let me show you guys this one. Clip in before and after. And Selena Gomez uses hair extensions, in case you guys never know. See this? See the clip-ins? So this is the before, and this is the after. You can see that huge volume. It's the same woman, but she looks more youthful because she has more hair volume. Now, yeah, so this is why it's beneficial. See this woman? See, she has a normal looking ponytail over here. Once she includes in the clip-in ponytail, she looks a lot more luxurious. And this is, yeah, she's not going to be able to grow this much freaking hair, so she just buys her hair. Most likely, I don't know if it's a real hair extension. Oh, it is real hair, Remy. But there's also synthetics you could buy too. And look at this, see? Before, natural hair on the left. After, clip-in hair extensions. And it just looks so much more attractive in the afterwards, right? So this woman, you can see that she works out, and I find that it makes sense. This is just my personal opinion. It makes sense to invest in your hair if you're also working out. So it's a whole trifecta. It's skincare, it's hair, and it's body. And if you want to have all three on point, you also have to think about your diet. So do not delude yourself and think that you can eat crap food and look really radiant. There's a reason why a lot of celebrities, they have to stick with diets. And because, yeah, if they stray away from their diet, then they look kind of crummy. And if they're worth millions of dollars, they need to look really good, because part of their appeal is their looks as well. So that's woman over here. See, woman over here on the left looks like, you know, an average woman. Nothing wrong with it, right? But once you include the longer hair in here, more hair, it looks more like luxurious. So I can look at this kind of stuff and say, oh, hair really makes a freaking difference. And there's nothing wrong with wearing a weave or a wig or hair extensions at all. Just my thoughts over here. It's like, if anybody asked me, again, I would be transparent about it. It's like, there's nothing offensive about a woman wearing hair extensions. It's like, what? You can't grow this much hair. I personally cannot grow 24 inches of hair in 1 year, right? And I'm not going to wait how much more years to wait for my hair to grow from like the length on the left to the length on the right. So this woman, you can see how much more hair she has just putting in these clip-ins. Now, clip-in hair extensions, if they're real hair, they can get kind of pricey. So let me show you guys this one. So my hair used to actually be close to around a 24-inch length, and then I cut my hair, and I was so happy when I cut it, and now I'm like, oh, I wish I had my hair as long as I used to. If you look at the old videos I had with Lewis, you'll see my hair was really long. I cut it because I thought, like, oh, instead of coloring it, I rather just cut it off because it was kind of damaged from bleaching, and I'm now trying to regrow my hair, but my hair grows so freaking slowly. I feel like by the time my hair grows to that length, I'll be like 35 or 37. So in the meantime, just gonna have my hair at this length, or if I really want to get longer hair, just buy some clip-ins. But I'm just working on my diet and my fitness until my hair grows out longer. See? So like this woman, very cute woman with the short hair, but with the longer hair, it looks more like princess-like. And when I mean princess-like, it just looks like, it kind of looks like one of those like fairy tales, you know, when you talk about like the, yeah, I like that kind of look. See? Short hair versus longer hair. And yes, it's styled, but you can't have that same look if you only have short hair, because you're missing a lot of volume. The other reason why people like having longer hair when they do the curls is because your hair gets shorter when you curl it. So longer is really better. Yeah, so here's another one. Woman's natural hair versus her clip-in hairs. Personally, I think it looks a little strange for all the hair to be forward like that. I think it needs a little bit more styling, but it definitely makes her look more youthful to have more hair. Again, as I told you guys, when you age, I find that your hair gets thinner. So I used to look like I had more thicker hair when I was younger. And over time, it just, my hair thins out more and more and more. I'm not balding. Don't think I'm balding. I just feel like, yeah, there's less volume in my hair. So, let's find out. Yeah, like that. See? I think she looks prettier with longer hair. I like short hair, but I also like long hair. When you have short hair for such a long time, you miss having your long hair. So it's like a lose-lose situation sometimes, because like I said, when I cut my hair initially, I was so like, oh, I love cutting my hair. Oh, my hair is lighter. And then a year or two later, I'm like, oh, I wish I could go back to my long hair. I'm tired of having short hair. I want longer hair. Someone asked me if I'm, no, I don't have any bun in the oven or anything like that. It's just, yeah, I just have motion sickness. So, New York, if you go in like the windy roads, it's like the windy roads really screw with me. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta buy a motion sickness glasses. Yeah, thanks for telling me, for sure. Why aren't you wearing your eyelashes and your fake eyelashes? Because it takes effort to put it in there. And it's like if I'm just home by myself, like right now I don't feel like doing that. I think right now I'm more focused on my skin, the condition of my skin, and also my fitness level right now. But clip-in hair extensions, I mean, you just freaking clip it in your hair and that's it. Why do women have insanely long fingernails? Okay, so the whole thing about fingernails is it elongates your fingers. So my mom used to wear these. She used to always get her nails done because she had short, stubby fingers, kind of like me. So let me show you guys this before, after long nails. So if you have longer nails, I don't know if you guys can see it over here. But you see how this woman's hands look short? If you have longer nails, it makes your hands look skinnier and it lengthens your fingers. So it's all a visual thing. Personally, for me, like I tried doing the whole fake nail thing. I don't like it. I use my hands too much. So, you know, opening things like cat food cans, I don't want to break a nail. And this kind of stuff, like the way they get you is you got to get upkeep like every, I think, 2 to 3 weeks or so. And if you get it done, right, let's say you get it done, when your nail grows out, you have to get a fill, and F-I-L-L. So let me show you this one. Acrylic nails fill. See this? So you see how the growth is coming out over here? Here we go. See how the growth is coming out over here? Yeah, you gotta go back to the nail salon and then fill it so that way everything is one even length. You see? Before fill, after fill. My nails grow out really quickly. So I don't know why, but my nails, like I feel like I had to get a fill every 1.5 weeks because, yeah, it's just like my nails grow way too freaking quickly. And if you get your nails done, and let's say you get like the really pretty aesthetic looking nails, something with like nail art, for instance. Let me find some really pretty nails. Something like this. Okay, see this? So this woman, she didn't get her nails filled in for 6 weeks. You can see all the growth here. You can get pretty nails, but if you do not upkeep this stuff, it backfires on you. And that's how they get you, because this looks like you don't take care of your nails. It looks like you just like got the nails done once, and if you don't have the maintenance, it really screws you over. See this? This looks gross. Like, I'm going to be honest here, like that looks gross. But this is just a part of getting your nails done, right? If you don't go to the salon regularly, your nails are going to grow, and yeah, you got to upkeep. So for these nails, just looking at these nails, most likely this person probably paid, I wouldn't be surprised if they paid $80 for their nails. Typically when I was in Hawaii, the people that I know got their nails done, they were paying usually about $80 to $100 to get their nails done. And if they wanted to change the design, right, that's another $80 to $100. So it really turns into like one of those things where it gets very costly very quickly, because it's not just putting the nail on, but it's also the decoration as well. So whenever you see women with these pretty nails, unless they did it themselves or they got their friend doing it or they got some sort of discount, expect it to be about $80 to $100 in my opinion. I don't know if there's a cheaper place to get it done, but frick, it's so expensive. So I tried painting my own nails. I suck at it. I didn't want to deal with like having to redo my nails every freaking week, because yeah, I use my nails all the time. So yeah, I've kind of opted out of that sort of thing. But I have no problem with using a press-on nail if we were going out to a place and I just wanted to have pretty nails for the day, and then afterwards I can just take them out. So it's all about, you know, aesthetics. It's all about, you know, having those nice, long, pretty nails, but freaking chipping a nail, oh my gosh, you gotta, yeah, it just turns into kind of like the razor blade theory. You know, you keep having to go back to the freaking nail salon to get your nails retouched, change the design. It turned into a money maker. And I will tell you guys, like, I've known people who used to get their nails done, and they used to be so proud of getting their nails done, and then let's say they fall on financial hardship. You know what's the first thing they cut out? The freaking nails. So if you see a woman who always gets her nails done and then suddenly she has money issues and then she decides not to get her nails done, yeah, the easiest thing to cut out is the freaking nails. But yeah, I think fake nails are nice. I just don't like the upkeep cost of it. See? And I feel better having short nails, so I wouldn't mind having like pretty short nails like this. Not long ones. I don't like having long nails on myself personally. But yeah, short nails for me is the way to go. I kind of want to have a nail like, you see how this has like the cute little rhinestones and stuff? So cute. I love, but yeah, all this stuff. Okay, so if you go to a nail place, sometimes if you want these crystals, they charge you like $5 a crystal. Yeah, so your nails can be really freaking expensive because they do all this crystal work on there, and it's just like, okay, you know, $5, $5, or yeah, see this stuff? Look at all the crystals over here. Freaking expensive if you go to a salon. See this? This is like freaking money. Money! There's a reason why not too many women get their nails done like this. It's not because they don't like it. It's just costly. If this stuff was like $30 or something, and it would last me, let's say, 1.5 months, then I wouldn't mind getting it done. But the fact that my nails grow so quickly, and the fact that it's like $100 a pop, I expect it to be $100 a pop, especially in New York, not freaking worth it for me. But see, isn't that so pretty? I think it's kind of pretty. I really like the bling nails. So let me show you guys the bling nails. Look at these. Look at these nails. Bling, 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 bling. I just like blinging. Okay, this is a bit much, okay? It's like I can't deal with freaking nails this long. But something like pretty and kind of cutesy looking, I wouldn't mind trying. So let's find some pretty blingy nails. Yeah, these are all really long nails. But see something like this? See this? Like, I think it's kind of pretty. But you pay for it. You pay for that freaking nail art. And it just starts racking up on the cost. So yeah, some nails can be $200 for your freaking pretty blinged out nails. Little too out of the price range. Just a little. Slightly a bit much. Seeing that though? And then they also have to file down your nail a little. So although it looks nice, right? They file down your nail, the top layer of your nails. Kind of like, you know how people get like porcelain veneers on their teeth? It's like that. So you file down your nails and your nails are thinner and it's damaged. And then they put that kind of stuff on there. Typically if they glue on a nail on there. But this is pretty. I think this is pretty. But totally impractical for me. Like I cannot open a can of cat food with that. And I've tried like press on nails, the longer lengths, and I couldn't stand it. Like I've used it for like 3 days and I'm like, no, I want it off. It irritates me having nails this long. It's harder for me to type too. Why not grow out your nails? My nails cannot grow out that long. My nails actually break off very easily. So my nails are short because for whatever reason, they break even if they're short. Like they get chipped and it sucks. So it's strange, but my nails are not very strong. It's very fragile. Like my nails are super short right now and they still chip sometimes. Look at that. Dang. That would be fun to do for maybe like 1 or 2 days. But other than that, like, no, just give me my short natural nails. So there is I like these nails. I had a whole bunch of them in Hawaii. So Kiss nails, these things, you can just like glue them on your nails and then they last, I think, about a week or so. Or you can use, they have this little adhesive tape and just put that on your nails. And this is so much freaking cheaper. And then afterwards, right, if you can reuse them. If you use like a adhesive, like some kind of two-way tape, you can do that. So see this? $18.99. Clean it up afterwards. See the adhesive? And then next time you go out, or if let's say you're going out to dinner or some sort of special event, reuse your freaking $18.99 nails. So I had a whole bunch of them before. Let's see. Actually, let me look at these. Let's see. Glue on nails. I like press on nails. I tried the pedicure. It was kind of gross because it's like I tried the press on pedicure, but the problem is like sometimes if it's not affixed right, it actually pops off. So you don't want to end up with your freaking toenail coming off. Not your real toenail, but it's like a press on toenail. But they look nice. They definitely look nice. See these? So this is a way you save money. I would suggest trying these things on instead of going to a salon. This would be my pick. See? So these fantasy nails. Ooh, these are pretty. I kind of want to get one now. I kind of want to get one. I like these ones. So when I was in Hawaii, I used to actually look for certain designs and then buy them and then store them. So I had like a little rotating amount, but I very, very, very rarely wore them. It's just like some days I felt like, oh, my nails look a little bummy. Let me put on some press-on nails and go out to dinner. And then afterwards, I take them off when I get home. Yeah. Oh, nail hardener. Oh, that is a good thing. Yeah, yeah. So some people they don't like the long nails. They think it looks gross or something. But I like it. I like it. So I think that I think it's a fun thing to do. You know, so women, you do your hair, you do your you have your hair on point, you have your body on point, and typically what you like to do is it's like you also want to have painted nails. So you'll find like a lot of like women celebrities, for instance, they'll have a manicure and a pedicure too because it's like the whole freaking package. It shows that you everything that people see, from your hair to your teeth to your body to the tips of your nails to your toes, all of it is already taken care of. So you invest in everything from head to toe, and that is why I think it's like you think about someone being a whole freaking package aesthetically, it all adds up. So yeah, the nail thing, it's like a low priority thing because yeah, the nail thing does not match with my lifestyle. But let me show you guys this one. See, let me find. Can I see a picture of someone's nails? I think we'll see Wendy Ito's nails.
Wash my face.
Yeah, so you can see you can see for this one the nails are done, right? I mean the nails matches the dress, so it does look pretty. It's all about like the small little touches. Definitely the small little touches. When they're so long, they're unusable. Some people can work with the long nails. I personally cannot. I don't feel comfortable wearing super long nails. I think I look stupid having really long nails for my own hand. That's my perception of it. So I don't like having anything longer than, let's say, a short, because it looks strange on my hands. I can't describe it, but I think my nails look kind of strange if I have my nails like longer than this kind of length. See this? The short nail, that's my most comfortable length. But a lot of the pretty nails, they tend to be much longer. See? So this one, for instance, you see how much longer that is? It doesn't look like it's that much of a difference, but it actually is pretty significant for my nails. But yeah, I think you can do. I think like sometimes like when people talk about like focus on other things except hair and nails, like you have a point there, but I think it's very important for women to just take care of themselves in general. So I think it's not good to send off this message like instead of like taking care of yourself, like or instead of focusing on hair and nails, like yeah, focus on your career, because there are some career women that I've seen, they look really like worn down, just gonna be honest here. And but there's other career women where they take care of themselves and they look great and they feel great and they just come off as like the total package kind of thing. But yeah, so for people who invest in themselves, I don't think it's a bad thing. But your personality and your worth is not just about how pretty you look. It's also about your character inside of you. It's also the way that you treat other people as well. But for me, as I get older, I want to be mindful about that kind of stuff. So yeah, and I think it's I think like sometimes it's like people, they just focus on the financials, but they neglect themselves, and it's not a good thing at all. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later. I see like people are checking out. They're like, damn it, she's talking about freaking hair and nails again. But it is what it is. I'm most likely going to be. I should make edited streams to focus about this kind of stuff, but I don't know. I don't know how many people want to hear about this stuff. Me just kind of like rattling on about the importance of the hair and nails, and but maybe someone would like to see it. I imagine most people, they don't want to sit through a freaking live stream that goes on for, oh my god, 2 hours. 2 hours, and me just kind of going off the details. So if I kind of like compact it down, that would probably be better. Probably better. Yeah. Yeah, so if you watch my whole stream, like, you get to hear all these like pieces of information that comes in randomly. But I hope that when you look at a person, you focus, you notice, like, if you notice a person, you're gonna see like the people who really stand out in terms of looks, the people who like come off as like superstars or kind of like celebrities. They have all their bases covered. They got the hair, they got the teeth, they got the makeup, they got the nails, they got the clothes, they got the body, and really from the tips of your fingers to the top of your head, anything that you can improve. If you're a celebrity, you want to have all of that taken care of. That's why some celebrities, they get plastic surgery too, right? Because they say like, oh, maybe their nose isn't perfect, and then they fix it. And sometimes one thing about plastic surgery is it's a crapshoot. So when you get plastic surgery, I've never had plastic surgery. I don't have any desire to get plastic surgery. When you get that kind of stuff done, you take a risk because you're trusting your plastic surgeon to make something aesthetic. And sometimes you'll find out some celebrities, they'll get botched plastic surgery. And it's not because they got a bad plastic surgeon. It's just because maybe the look actually didn't work for them. Maybe they felt like, oh yeah, the plastic surgeon's going to make my nose look good, but maybe it's a little too skinny, right? Maybe it's a little too short or something, and it looks off. So there's a YouTuber named Lori Hill, Lorry. And I would recommend checking out her channel because you can see, what small changes some celebrities do. They'll get nose jobs, they'll get like the gum reduction, so maybe their teeth look a little too gummy, like a Chelsea Clinton. Back in the day, Chelsea Clinton had a very gummy smile. And they keep like tweaking things. They'll get maybe like cheek implants, maybe they'll get a brow lift, and it can be pretty subtle, but just getting that stuff done makes all the difference. Now, if it turns out well, that's great, but if it turns out wonky, then it looks really bad. So some celebrities, you see them get like lip filler, like Lisa Rinna, right? Lisa Rinna, I think that's her name. Like, her lips are too freaking, her lips look terrible. See that? Too much freaking lip filler. I don't know what happened, but it's like, these lips do not look good. And I know people will say I'm shaming her, but I'm just pointing out that clearly she got cosmetic surgery done. Clearly she hoped that it would turn out good, but in my opinion, I don't think this looks good. I think it looks a little much, and I think her nose looks a little too harsh. There's something harsh about her nose with her lips. I don't know what it is exactly, but I mean, the eyes are beautiful. It's just, see, so if you do some sort of filter, it looks so much better. See? But there's definitely a definite overfilling over here, and I don't think it's an aesthetic look. So when I think about lip fillers, and not just me, like other people too, they talk about her lip fillers being one of those botched plastic surgeries. I hope, I don't know if she wants to get it better, or if she wants to, if this is a permanent thing, but I don't like those lips. Yeah, so no, cosmetic surgery is not a fraud. I think people want to have that pursuit of perfection. Let's say if your lips look a little thin and you feel like you benefit from lip plumper, then in my opinion, go for it. But I would say know your risk and don't get any permanent filler. Get a temporary filler. So for instance, right, like if I wanted to get plumper lips, right, I could do I could do the makeup route, or I could get like freaking filler. But if I wouldn't want to get permanent filler, because like in the event that it's a botched job, I don't want to think for the rest of my life I have a botched lip. I don't want to be like a Lisa Rinna. It's easier for me to, like, if I wanted to get lip filler, for me to say like, okay, my lips look a little too over plump. Let me wait like 4 months and hopefully it goes down, and I can, maybe get less lip filler in the future. Because yeah, if you have a botched plastic surgery job, it will leave a lasting impression on you. And if it's like too overfilled for the lips, then some people would just stare. They'll be like, what the hell happened? But yeah, if I decided to get any fillers or plastic surgery or stuff, I would totally tell you guys. I'd be like, yep, I wanted to get my lips done, so I got my lips done, and this is how it looks like. Not hiding anything over here. Just wanted the lips a little bigger. What if a person seeks someone with certain traits? What do you mean, like, seek someone else with certain traits? Here's the thing, like, you're seeking someone with certain traits, you have to admit that some of it is going to be genetic, but other parts of it could be manufactured, right? So, and even if you have, let's say you're a guy and you date a beautiful woman, or if you're a woman and you date a handsome guy, right? Just because that person is beautiful or handsome doesn't mean that the kid that you have is also going to be aesthetic. So let's say you date someone and they have a really nice nose, right? But then you guys have a kid together, and your kid's nose is not so great looking for whatever reason, right? Let's say it's like one of those less ideal looking noses. So, but you can find out that, let's say, your significant other's dad or something, or mom, had that kind of same nose shape. So it's not guaranteed that just because the person that you date has aesthetic features, your kid is going to have that same aesthetic features. Could be something in past generations where, yeah, they had a really, like, what's considered to be an unaesthetic nose. Well, here's the thing, like, I think that when people get plastic surgery, they get it for a desire to improve themselves. And if someone feels insecure about their nose, like a rhinoplasty, I personally would not get a rhinoplasty because I think I would have a chance of it getting botched. But, like, for instance, right? Look at this woman. This woman's nose kind of looks like, I'm going to be frank here, it kind of looks like a beak. So for her to get her nose done, it looks more slender. It looks more softer. So that's why she got her nose done. Now, people could say, well, Erica, she loses her character, but I would actually argue that this woman looks more aesthetic on the right than the left. And if she feels more confident with her new nose, then, props to her. Props to her. So this is what I'm talking about. This woman had a hump on her nose. You see, it kind of looks like a parrot beak. Being honest here, right? So she got the bridge shape down. And then it's more softer looking. I get it. I absolutely get it. And I think life is so short that if you feel like your nose is bothering you, see this woman, like maybe she feels like her nose, look how much her nose protrudes outwards, right? If she feels not so pretty with her nose, then in my opinion, if she wants to improve herself and get plastic surgery, then that is her right to get it done. You don't have to stay with the same nose that you have and be insecure about your nose for the rest of your life. You gotta do your research there, and you gotta know that there is a risk that maybe you end up with a botched nose job. But yeah, if it comes out great, then great. Some people, like, they have to get multiple nose surgeries because they get their nose done and they're like, it doesn't look as great. Okay, let me do it again. Let me get another surgeon. But this woman, look at the side profile. The one on the left versus the right, I think we can almost all say that the one on the right looks more aesthetic than the one on the left. Like, if you look at the woman on the right, you'd be like, oh, she looks more prettier. And all it is a freaking nose. I've seen Zac Efron. Zac Efron, it's a really, I linked it in my community channel. Oh my goodness. I know I'm going way off top. So this guy was, I mean, he was a good-looking guy. I thought he was good-looking. I know some people fangirled over him. I was like, you know, really good-looking guy. But then he started doing plastic surgery, and Lori Hill, she talked about it, and like, look at this, like, look at what happened to him. Like, so he changed his jawline. He changed his jawline, and it just looks like freaking square. It looks really square. It looks weird on him. Like, he had the perfect jawline before, in my opinion. I understand that men's jawlines get wider as they age, but this guy is younger than me. So I think he's 26 years old. So, yeah, why he changed his jawline? Allegedly, it's because he wanted to be in, like, a superhero movie. Kind of like, what's his name? That Cavalier guy, the Superman guy? Him? Yeah, like, he has a very super... Let me look at this guy. Hold on. Superman actor. Cavalier or something like that. I keep forgetting his freaking name. Henry Cavill. Oh, Cavill. I think that's how you pronounce it. So he has a square jawline, right? So allegedly from what I'm hearing, is that he wanted a similar jawline because he felt like having a wider jawline would land him these roles that he was wanting. I don't know if it's true or not. But I just feel like he had such a perfect face, right? Perfect for his body and everything. For him to just kind of like get rid of his jawline and go like this, I'm like, no, like, don't change the freaking jawline. Yeah, and some people don't realize like how powerful changing a certain feature is. So if you get like a rhinoplasty, if it comes out well, like, it looks great. But in this case, like, if I saw this guy and I'd be like, I would never think like this guy should get jaw surgery at all to get like some sort of jaw implant or something. See? So his features before looked soft, but it almost looked like very Prince-like. Prince-like, like royal kind of thing, where you would imagine, like, if, let's say, you're watching some sort of anime, like how the, like, it's not too square, but it's very, like, anime-ish like. I forgot how to describe it. But, yeah, see, so it has, like, a nice, kind of reminds me of Jared Leto. But, yeah, and then you go over here and it's like, what happened? What happened to your great jawline? So, it sucks. See, so that was him before. Him now. So he also did lip filler as well. I don't know why the hell this guy plumped his lips. In my opinion, his lips did not need any plumping. But he got it done, and he ruins, like, the freaking ratio, in my opinion. He ruined what made him look aesthetic, and I hope he can undo it, because the lip filler is not working for him. The jaw implant thing is not working for him. And, yeah, it just does not look good. And some people were saying, like, oh, maybe he got some kind of dental surgery. I'm like, look, I got dental surgery as well. You guys might have seen my pictures, like, back in the day where I got dental surgery. My face looked freaking terrible. It's not like I just had swelling on the bottom half of my face. I looked like I got punched on the side of the face. Like, I had the swelling looking like chipmunk face over here. Definitely not just like my jaw was wider. That was it. There was very clear swelling going on. So I do not believe that he just had some sort of dental surgery. Like, he got his wisdom teeth pulled. No, it's not a fraud. It's not a fraud if you want to improve yourself at all. I think, like, if you are unhappy with whatever body, whatever your natural features are, then I don't see anything wrong changing it, especially if you're upfront with it. It's a different thing if you tell someone, like, oh, let's say you're dating someone, and then you tell the person, like, oh, I never got plastic surgery done, but you did, right? But if you say, like, hey, I was insecure about my nose didn't make me feel confident, so I decided to get a rhinoplasty, I would not consider that person to be a fraud. I would say, you know what, this person made a decision about their own aesthetics because they were not happy with it, and instead of living with a nose that made them feel unpretty, they did something about it, and now they feel happier. So, I mean, like, who am I to tell a person that they're a fraud for taking control of their aesthetic? Nobody can control what kind of nose that they have, right? The nose that I have personally, like, I'm fine with it. But if I had a nose that was like, something like the woman on the left, you see how it kind of looks like a parrot beak? Just being frank here, okay? A parrot beak over here. I would probably get my nose done because I would probably think to myself, like, I'm not happy with this nose. I think my nose looks a little too, I think it's distracting. See the woman on the left versus the woman on the right? Same person, but you can see, right, how much different the nose is. Like, look how much the nose protrudes outward. When you look at this woman on the left, the first thing I would notice is her freaking nose. But if I look on the woman at the right, I would see like more of her features, like her cheeks or her eyes. It's like, it's not like you see a freaking nose, like a big nose over there. See? So I understand why a woman want to get that stuff done. I think the face is very, very important. And if you feel like your nose is unaesthetic, then I cannot fault a person for wanting to get things done. Especially, like, for instance, right? Like, if you want to get plastic surgery for your chest and you feel flat-chested, and you feel like getting plastic surgery will make you feel better and you've researched the risk, then I wouldn't be against it. I would say, okay, make sure you do your research, make sure you know that you have to replace those things every 10 years or so. But if you want to get it done, and you can also lose sensations, right? As well, you might end up with some like lopsided chest if the surgery goes wrong. But if you're really sure that you want to get it, or maybe if you just don't like having your flat chest, then I wouldn't give shit to a person for getting their chest done. But I would give them shit though if they just went blindly in it and they didn't do a lot of research and they didn't think through it. And I would be totally against it if they got it because they were feeling pressured to do it. Like some people, right, it's like they would say like, oh, you're so flat-chested, you should get your boobs done. If a person got their chest done because of influence from another person, and that made them feel bad about themselves, then I would say they probably shouldn't be getting it done. But a woman like this, right, it's like, let's say she looks in the mirror and she's like, yeah, I don't like my nose or anything. I can't tell her, I can't, in my mind, say this woman is a fraud or she's a bad person or anything like that. Because it's like, you can see clearly the woman on the left, the woman on the right, I'm willing to bet like she's more confident or she's more happy with their appearance. Especially if she looked at the before and the after picture. And if you're upfront with it to another person, right, and say, yeah, I didn't like my nose, this is my original nose, so I got my nose done. If a person is not accepting of it, then, yeah, that person shouldn't be dating a person like that. Because it's like, it's not being a fraud, it's really just taking control of something that you perceive to be as a flaw, and not letting genetics control you. See, so you cannot work out a nose, right? A nose, all the exercise in the world won't change your nose shape. See this woman? If I had this nose, 100% I would probably get a nose job. 100%. Because I would look at it and I'd be like, frick, my nose is so like distracting that I really want to do something about it. And also, right, people don't give shit really to people who have braces. I got braces. Nobody in my life has said, man, Erica, look at you, you're a fraud because you got braces done, right? Nobody cares. But when it comes down to a nose, and if they're perceived to be a flaw, like there's a huge flaw in that. People get braces not because they can't eat, but they want to have more aesthetic teeth. Same as the freaking nose thing. People get their nose done because they want to have a more aesthetic nose. No, but what if they think that they could be a better version of themselves, right? It's like you can't give them crap about it. It's like if life is so short, if someone says like, whenever I look in the mirror, I'm not happy with my nose, like this guy, for instance, right? See how his nose hooks downward? Like when you look at this guy's face on the left, the first thing you see is that downward hooked nose. So he got his nose straightened, and now his nose looks less distracting. It's not anything to do with societal norms, it's just aesthetics. And then, some people, right, talking about that kind of stuff, you know what else people get? They get skin removal surgery. So let's say they do a lot of weight loss, right? And they get baggy, right? You see this guy? He lost a lot of weight and he had a lot of excess skin, right? Is this guy considered a fraud if he wanted to remove the excess skin? You could say he is a fraud because, yeah, he's choosing to remove it. But in my opinion, I'm like, no, he put in the work to look better. He can't do anything about his skin, just like he can't do anything about a nose. If it makes him happier to remove the skin and look more, normal, or have like a body that fits his, have skin that fits his figure now, then go for it. Go for it. Absolutely go for it. See, like this woman, she's exercising. See all that excess skin? So, yeah, if she wants to remove that skin, then I'm for it too. So weight loss, one thing about weight loss is if you lose a lot of weight, you can end up with the excess skin, the excess skin's hanging over the tummy and stuff. And it's just because the skin's stretched out. So I don't see anything wrong with getting the excess skin removed at all. That isn't different. That is not different because they made a change to their body and they have excess skin and they can't control the excess skin. Just like a person who was born with the nose they don't like. See? It's like they can't tell their skin, hey, go back into shape. They can't tell their nose, like, hey, get skinnier. So a person like this, with all this excess skin, they're doing it because they want better for themselves. They're feeling insecure, right? So same with the person who has a nose job. They don't like their nose, so they're doing something about it, and then they're just shaving down a hump or something, or they're straightening out their nose. I'm not gonna put skin removal surgery as like a different tier than a nose job, because at the end of the day, both people want to feel confident about themselves. So they actually cut off the excess skin. So let's see. Skin removal surgery. So they cut off the skin and then they sew it off. They sew it together. So they basically cut off the excess. See? So that's why if you look, he has scars underneath his chest, and then he has a scar around his hip too. And they cut off the excess skin, they reposition stuff so it looks a lot more normal. Same like this woman. See, she lost a lot of weight. Good for her. She's healthier now. And she ended up getting skin removal surgery. And yeah, the skin matches her body. Like she doesn't have anything hanging around. See that? So this is called, I think, a tummy tuck, if I remember correctly. Tummy tuck, was it a tummy tuck? But yeah, they cut off the excess skin and then they sew it around the hip line. See that? But if I was against cosmetic surgery or plastic surgery, I could say, you know what, if you have all this excess skin, you live with it, because if you don't live with it, then you're considered a fraud. And I don't consider that to be the same thing. I don't consider a person who wants to remove excess skin to be a fraud. Just like I don't consider a person who wants to change their nose to be a fraud. If you're upfront about it, right, then you can't be a fraud. You can talk to someone that you're dating and say, I just want to let you know that I got my nose done. And if they're, in my opinion, if they're going to just say like, oh, I can't see you the same way because you got your nose done, then that's on them. But it's not like you're a bad person because you got your nose done. If you look in the mirror and you see this freaking big nose and you don't like it, then do something about it. I think people want to be attractive for themselves, right? people don't just get plastic surgery to impress another person. Like if I decided to get plastic surgery, it would be because I want to look in the mirror and feel like I look better. It wouldn't be to impress another person for sure. Because it's like at the end of the day, I live with it, right? If I had like one of these like noses over here, see like this woman's nose, and I wasn't happy with my nose, and if I feel like it's making me unhappy because I think like, man, I really want to get rid of this bump on the top, then yeah, it's like, okay, you know, get rid of the bump. Let's see how it is. Understand that maybe you get it done, maybe it doesn't turn out right. Understand the risk. That's okay. That is totally okay. We live in an age where people do not have to stick with their genetic features. They can change it, just like you can get braces. You can change around your teeth. You can change around your nose. And anybody who gives shit to plastic surgery, if they got braces, I feel like they have no reason to give shit to plastic surgery. And I got braces, so yeah. And people, if you guys saw them, I don't have a picture of how I look like without braces, but I had like buck teeth and everything. Like I had too much freaking teeth for my freaking jaw. So I had like teeth that was doing overcrowding. And yeah, if I had stuck with those teeth, I wouldn't have been happy at all. I would have been miserable. I would have looked at the mirror and been like, oh, frick, you know, I wish my teeth looked more nicer. I wish my teeth looked straighter. But yeah, there could be people out there who say, oh, Erica, you know, you're a fraud, you're a fake because you got braces and you pulled 4 teeth out. It's like, no, I wanted to go on life and not have to focus on my teeth. And my teeth are not perfect, by the way. My teeth, I haven't been wearing my retainers, so my teeth shifted a little. But you know what? It's much better than before. And that's all that matters to me. So let me show you guys this one. So I'll show you how my teeth look like pretty much before I got them done. Buck. I actually had buck teeth. Braces before and after overcrowding. Yeah, so my teeth kind of look like this. You see how one tooth is in front of the other tooth? Oh, wait, crap. One tooth looked in front of the other tooth, like this. So I actually had to pull out 4 teeth in the front. Yeah, something like this. So this is how basically my teeth look like, but it looked worse than this. Not too bad, but it definitely looked like I could use braces. And I'm very, very happy that I got braces because, if I had stuck with my original teeth, I wouldn't have been happy about it. But I'm also very thankful that I was able to get braces. It took me about 3 years to get braces. Now, what didn't make me the happiest person when I got 4 teeth removed from the side, but I worked through it, and yeah, my teeth are the way they are right now. See? So if a person like this wanted to get their teeth done, right? See this girl? You could say, like, you can still eat. You can still eat with these teeth. You don't need to get braces, but yeah, you get it done for cosmetic reasons. See this? See this girl? Why'd she get braces? Not because she couldn't chew her food, but it just didn't look aesthetic. Something like this, right? It just isn't considered aesthetic. See, their teeth are pretty freaking straight already. Okay, this is a lot of teeth over here. Yeah, so Yeah, see, so my teeth were kind of like something like this. Like they were all jaggedy all over the place. Not super bad, but not as bad as this one. But yeah, I definitely needed braces in my opinion. But if I didn't have braces, I definitely could have lived life without the braces. Like I still could have chewed food, but I wouldn't have been happy with it. So that's my whole point about it. So if anybody of you guys know people who are against plastic surgery, um, and if you are tolerant of plastic surgery, or if you yourself, right, you got to check yourself and say, well, did you get braces? Do you like getting braces? Do you like having more perfect teeth? Can you imagine your teeth looking like how some people's teeth were before and living with that kind of stuff? I personally couldn't. So I think like if you're okay with a person getting braces, you should be okay with plastic surgery. Now, you don't have to go overboard with plastic surgery, okay? But if it's like if as long as you want to be like the best version of yourself, I really look down upon people who want to be like clones of Kim Kardashian. But if you want to be like the best version of yourself, then I'm personally all supporting it. As long as you think about it carefully, you know your risk, and you understand that yeah, there is a small chance that it might not turn out the way you wanted, but when people get plastic surgery and they don't want to look like another person, I feel like they just want to live a better quality life. They want to look in the mirror and not focus on their teeth or focus on their misshapen teeth over here. See this woman? And you just want to be, you just want to have a more aesthetic look. So I can't imagine telling this woman over here, like, oh yeah, don't get braces because if you get braces, you're gonna be a fake person. Like, no. And if someone had told me that, I basically would have told them to go f themselves for sure. I would have been like, no, I don't want to live with like crooked teeth. It's not because I want to be a fake person, but I owe it to myself to feel confident, right? To feel more confident about my teeth, and I feel more confident if I have straighter teeth. So I've actually been working on my teeth care, flossing, sometimes using a whitening toothpaste, and I just want to have the best teeth I can, and hopefully my teeth last a really long time. I don't want to get veneers. It's not because like certain people might find crooked teeth to be cute, right? So you'll have people who say if you have body modification, if you change your teeth in any way, then you can be considered fake by that thing. So I don't see anything bad with it. I think you're correcting it. If anything, it's like if you have, let's say, some sort of like I don't know, like wonky back or something, right? Like I have a little bit of scoliosis actually, according to some sort of scan, right? If I had to go and get like some sort of back brace or something, I wouldn't consider myself to be like a fraud, right? It's like you get it because you want to have straighter posture. So yeah, my back has like a slight curve either to the right to the left, but you can't notice it. Just a really slight. I don't even notice it myself. Maybe some people notice it, but it's like super slight. But yeah, stuff like that. So I always just check myself with the whole freaking braces argument. And I used to give shit to people who got plastic surgery, but now it's like I look at it and I say, you know what? If you just want to look like the best version of yourself, right? You don't want to be another person. You don't want to be the Kim Kardashian lookalike. Then I'm for it. Just know what you're getting into. I think it's very hurtful if you tell someone like, oh yeah, you're trying to be deceitful to another person. That's why you changed your nose, or that's why you changed your lip fullness. Like lip filler, for instance, like people might think that's deceptive, but I'm like, for frick's sake, like you can't work out your lips, right? You can't work out your lips, and if you want to have like more kissable looking lips, then freaking go for it. Like, go for it. Just, I would not recommend getting permanent filler, just because if you get permanent filler, like I had said, right, if you end up with like a botched looking job or overfilled, I don't know how you undo that kind of stuff. So like something like this, right? Maybe this woman likes having like the thicker lips. And if she does, like, good for her. Life is too short to be unhappy with your lips. Now, maybe, right now I know people like lip filler. Maybe in the future, maybe people want to have thinner lips, and if you have like a temporary filler, or if you use some kind of lip plumping gel, which they do sell in grocery stores, then yeah, go for it. See that? Some people like having thicker lips. Yeah, I don't think it's for everybody, but I understand why people get it. They just want to go for a certain aesthetic. See that? So you can see the woman on the left versus the woman on the right. You can't, I'm not going to tell the woman on the left or the woman on the right, like, oh, I see you're trying to be like, what's her name? Kylie Jenner. Like, no, these are not Kylie Jenner size lips. These are just thin lips that are filled up a little bit more. So you have, you know, you feel a little bit more aesthetic. It's a different thing. No, lip filler doesn't hide bad teeth, because once you smile, you can see the teeth, right? You talk, people can see your teeth. See, like, this is too freaking much. Like, this lip filler addict, oh, no, 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 no. Like, that looks like your lip is gonna burst. That looks scary. But if you do it right, let me see this woman. I think this is a little bit much, but this is just my opinion. I personally think the one on the left looks better, maybe just a little bit more, but yeah, I think the right is a little too overfilled. That's why I would not ever get permanent lip filler. I'm just a little scared about it being overfilled if I want to get it done. See this? Like, I think this is a little too big for the lips. But if you go very moderate, it looks okay. See, like these, I think this is too much freaking lip filler. Well, let me find a good lip filler. See, this looks a little much, in my opinion. So, yeah. See that? I think this is a little much, too. That's just me. But, like, something like this... Actually, I can't tell. But, yeah, sometimes if you get too much lip filler, you get that little hole in between your lips. See that? See the lip? Let's see this woman. Yeah, so this woman, see, she got a little lip filler. I personally think she looks more youthful with more lip filler than less lip filler. I heard that if women get older, their lips tend to thin out. So, yeah, I think this is a job that the lip filler was done correctly. Not too much. Makes a little bit of difference, but it's not overboard. There is a certain balance where the lips look good or not. I have seen. There's like an Apple one where you lip balms, right? I've seen like lip plumping stuff, and then there's also this like lip thing where you blow into it or something, and then your lips get bigger. I don't want to do that personally. I've tried drawing my lips over, and yeah, for me it's like a very fine balance between too much lip and too, you know, like what I feel like is too much and too little lip. So for me, it's like I'm a little hesitant about even getting the thought of a lip filler, because I feel like if I got something done, it would look too overfilled very easily. Yeah, that vacuum suction, I heard about that too. Yeah. It can actually look really botched if you get that vacuum suction stuff. I hear that it doesn't do any long-term damage for your lips, but it like you can look stupid getting it done. So some people look like they got a botched lip job. See, like this vacuum pump? I personally think she looks worse with the frickin' lips. I think she looks better before than after. But that's just me. Like, you can see the top thing looks like a frickin' solid straight line. It does not look aesthetic, in my opinion. There's a very fine balance when it comes to lip fillers. See this stuff? Like, this is too much frickin' lip. So you got this lip suction tools, and then people like suck on it, and then they end up with these little cho-cho lips, and that just looks really bad in my opinion. See, that looks like an allergic reaction kind of thing. Chest, teeth crookedness is objective, chest size is subjective. Well, what if you're a really curvy person, but you have a flat chest, right? Let's say you're a very curvy woman, and you got a great butt, you got some great curves, but your chest looks really flat, so you look off. I think you would be very objective to say, yeah, if you wanna get your chest done, then go for it, because you look off balance. Let me find over here. And there are risks to getting your chest done. So personally, I would not get it done for myself. Yeah, I thought about it. I did some research and I thought like, nah, it's not for me. It's not for me. Let's see, breast augmentation. So like a woman like this, right? If she wants to look more busty, right? Actually, that's not a good one. Like this, right? If a woman wants to have a certain aesthetic, like she feels like she wants to be more curvy, I can't fault her for wanting to get her chest done. I really can't. Because I'd be like, look, I understand it. You work on your body. You want to look more busty on top. Then go for it. Go for it. But understand the risks. Understand that you probably have to get them replaced every 10 years. And I'm not willing to do that. So some people, they might have, they might end up with like some, okay, this is probably, yes, YouTube's not going to be too happy with that. But some women, it's like their chest looks a little droopy. So then they get their chest done so it looks more filled. So it doesn't look like it's falling down to their stomach. And I get it. It's like, I absolutely get it. You take off your shirt, you see this, and you're like, damn it, I want to have a little bit more filling. So that's why you get your chest done. I get it. See? And then this woman, her body kind of looks similar to mine's, at least with the shoulders and the arms, from what I can see. She decides to get her chest done. I don't know how the rest of her looks like, but I hope she's happy with it. Let me find it. Yeah, so here we go again. The droopy looking ones over here. And then they look a little high up because they're probably too new, but they should settle down in a bit. Yeah, some things I think you don't need to get it done, like a butt lift or something. I don't think women should be getting that thing done. I think they should go for exercise first. But I understand why some people would want to get it done. They want to be curvy, right? And they don't want to spend all that time going to the gym. I get it. Maybe they feel like maybe they don't want to go to the gym. Maybe they feel like they can't get the kind of look they want, and I understand. Oh, see, here's the chicken arm thing. Remember the chicken wing thing? So if you don't work out your arms, you can end up with the flab underneath. And I have a little bit of flab. I mean, it's very, very, very minor. But I can understand why some people would just want to cut this thing off. But I think you might as well just work out and see if that works. If you have been working out and you still have excess skin and you can't seem to get rid of it, then I'm all for cutting that excess off. So yeah, that is all I'm gonna be saying about that. I really should have made a freaking separate stream about this, but oh well, oh well, oh well. So, I already did my exercise. So, yeah, I feel, and I stand by my statement, if you feel like you want to get something done, and you feel like you're not living the life that you want because, let's say you have excess skin, let's say you're not happy with your nose, let's say you're not happy with your chest or your jaw, I'm not going to be against it. But again, do your research, right? Do your research and ask yourself, do you think it will make a big difference on your life, right? Do you think that you will be happier if you get this kind of stuff done, and just you yourself, not get it done because of outside influence kind of thing? And if that is the case, then I'd be in support for it. I'm not going to have this whole thing where I look down upon women getting plastic surgery. Now, I do look down upon on women who say, like celebrities who say things like, oh no, I'm all natural, yes, oh, I didn't get a facelift, I just use things like olive oil on my skin and I look youthful. Like that kind of stuff I think is really deceptive, because other people could be applying olive oil on their skin and they'll be like, I still, I don't look that good. So it's kind of flawed. But yeah, I think plastic surgery, it is a crapshoot. You hope you get a good result, but again, you might have a bad result. And can you live with having that bad result? Can you deal with more getting it redone? Like look at is this the same guy? I don't know, I guess it is the same guy. Like look at this guy. Like look at this guy versus this guy. Is it really the same guy? It doesn't look like the same guy. Seriously, is it the same guy? I honestly can't tell if it's the same guy. Oh crap, it is the same guy. Damn! So I guess he got color contacts. But like look at this guy, right? Look at that guy. He looks so much better on the right than he does look on the left. And it's a combination of getting the nose done. I think the nose looks a little too thin, personally. I think the nose looks a little too thin. But yeah, his jawline looks great. He cleaned up his eyebrows. The green eyes are working for him personally. But yeah, the nose, I mean, he definitely looks more aesthetic on the right than the left. But yeah, I stand by my statement. I think he's a little too, the nose is a little too thin. I don't know if this is, yeah, I don't know about this one. I was like, is this real or not? Or is this some Photoshop? I don't know. Like Ariana Grande, people say she got her nose done because you can see the nose looks like it's slimmer, right? It looks more refined. And then also other stuff too. So don't think that celebrities just don't have to get plastic surgery and stuff. They do laser resurfacing, they do plastic surgery, they diet, and they all want to look good, just like other people too. But if you're a celebrity, you run the risk, if you have a botched job, like everybody in the freaking internet hears about it. So that's the downside about that stuff. No, I'm not planning to get any modifications. I'm not planning to get any plastic surgery modifications. I don't wanna say like I'll never get fillers in my life though, because who knows? Maybe I'll be 50 years old and I'll say, you know what? I want to have a little filler for my nasal labial folds. So like these folds, you see these? So I can't count it out, but maybe when I turn older, maybe I'm going to want to get some sort of filler for those lines around the cheek area, right? See that? Because it looks a little, see, if you get a little filler over here, you look more youthful. And you can't do anything about it. Like once it settles in or something, it's like, how will you fill that in? The only way you can fill that in was with a filler. And yeah, so I wouldn't be 100% getting fillers. However, I would be upfront about fillers and say, yeah, this is a result of a filler, and yeah, it's not like I think it's anything embarrassing about it. See this woman? So when you look at her, you can see these deep lines. Versus now, right, she got a little filler in there. It looks more balanced. It doesn't look like you see these two freaking big lines on her face. And she looks happy. You know, she looks happy, so good for her, you know. If I ended up with really deep lines, I'd probably think about getting filler as well. But not permanent filler. I'm afraid of, you know, having a permanent result. I'm not too happy about it. It would just be a temporary filler. I wouldn't know how to fix that kind of thing. See? See that? See those folds? And I imagine in 20 years or so, there's going to be a lot of changes. So who knows? Maybe they'll make a really good skin cream. Maybe I won't need to have that. But, yeah, see this? Juvederm. So you can see the two lines by the nose. And then once you put filler in there, it looks less. So the face looks more plump. I have no problem with fillers. I truly have no problem with fillers. Madonna? I don't know. Madonna looked a little... I haven't seen her in a long time. I don't know. Madonna looks like Madonna. She obviously uses a lot of fillers. She also uses filters. But, I don't know. Yeah, she looks like she has quite a bit of plastic surgery. And you know what? If she wants to get it done, then that's her prerogative. I personally have seen some images of her. I think she looks a little too fake. Like, I think it looks like too much plastic surgery. But then again, you know, I don't know how I would approach it. Because see this? See, her face looks very taut and tight. I just think her eyebrows are a little too up there. It looks a little too pulled back. But, hey, you know what? If she's happy with it, then she can go for it, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to trust this because it's definitely Photoshop somewhere in there. I'm not going to trust an image. I'm going to trust more like an interview like on freaking CNN or something. Because then you're not going to get any of that face filter stuff. Like this. You see this? Like, I think she looks beautiful here. Yes, you see the crow's feet. Yes, you see, you know, lines around her face. But she looks awesome, in my opinion. See that? I think she looks beautiful. And Madonna is so iconic. Like, she doesn't have to look youthful all the time, in my opinion, because it's like everybody knows who Madonna is. I think that people are just kind of in awe. Like, wow, she's still out there. You know, she's still doing her music. But if she wants to reinvent herself and look younger, then yeah, go for it. I just hope she doesn't. I hope she doesn't think she needs to always look youthful to stay in the, you know, to have a fan following. Because I think people follow Madonna because they like her music or they like her image, not really about if she looks like she's 30 or something. Shit, hold on. So let's see. Yeah, I don't see any images of her. I don't want to look at the Photoshop stuff. Like, I don't trust this stuff, okay? I 100% do not trust this image at all. I trust this image a lot more. See that? I mean, you can do some amazing things on Photoshop. But yeah, she's looking a little too plasticky in my opinion. I don't know if it's just the way the makeup is done, but she kind of reminds me of Lil' Kim. You know, it's like that overtly taut kind of skin look. I don't think it looks good. I think that she definitely, my opinion, she looks better with a few wrinkles around her face rather than just going with this overtly taut kind of face. Like that. I'd rather see this. See that? I'd rather see that instead. I don't want to have like a super taut face because it looks uncomfortable. See that? I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like it looks painful. It looks a little too tight. See that? Just something about it. It doesn't look, the skin doesn't look comfortable. And here's the other thing too, though, right? You can have a really youthful looking face, but then how does the neck look? How do the back of the hands look? How did the body look? I don't know how Madonna's body looks like. I have no idea. I mean, I don't really check out Madonna's body. I mean, like last time I checked out, she looked really fit, but it's not, aging is not just about the face. It's all over as well. And I don't fear, like, I don't want to have wrinkles when I'm older, but I do acknowledge that the wrinkles will eventually come. And when I get the wrinkles, I'm not going to be like, oh, you know, I feel so terrible because I have a wrinkle. I'd look back and I'd say, well, you know, I tried to prevent the wrinkles, and hopefully they come out later in life, you know, not next year or anything like that, like a deep wrinkle or something. I can't say if they often have the wrong reasons, but if they want to do it themselves, if they want to get it for themselves, then I have no problem with it. But if they want to do it because they want to look like another person, like a Kim Kardashian or some sort of other influencer, then that's wrong, because they really should focus on their own aesthetic. Yeah, I can't really see much about Madonna. Okay, look at this picture. Is this how she looked like in 2021? See, I rather see Madonna with like this sort of face rather than this face. That's just me, because I think she looks more comfortable. Like her face looks more comfortable. Like this than this. Like there's something very tight and uncomfortable looking about it. I just feel like it looks like they pulled too much. Feel like this, I just think like she looks, it just looks like they pulled too much. Versus this kind of stuff, like, yeah, she has wrinkles, but you know what, hell with it. Like, there's nothing wrong with Madonna having wrinkles. It's freaking Madonna. Like, yeah, see that? Oh, I remember, I thought she was so gorgeous here. So pretty. Yeah, this is probably Instagram, or this is probably some filtering over there. Yeah, but I hope that people don't, yeah, see, look at that. Like, does this not look like a freaking facelift or something? Like, look at her forehead. Her forehead looks so smooth, it looks like a freaking ball. It looks like a balloon. Like, it's just unnaturally smooth. And then you compare, I'm sure there's photoshopping on here, but you compare the face to the arm. You see the arm looks like it got veins? Right? It's like the skin texture of the face looks way different than the skin texture of the arm. And if I looked at the arm, if I looked at the hand and the arm, I would say that looks like the arm of a person in their 60s. Right? So you cannot just judge a person based on the face. You got to look at the arms. You got to look at that. And I'm a big fan of like, okay, you know, don't just hyper focus that your face is going to make you look young, because your arms can be, or your hands can be the dead giveaway. See, so I remember she was doing things like covering up her, she was doing the Dolly Parton thing. Here, let me show you this. Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton is smart. Dolly Parton covers up her hands. So if you look at this, you know, the back of the hands, look at that. She always has these gloves on. This is a freaking smart woman. And yeah, you don't really notice it, but usually her hands are always covered. See, she got these little gloves on. So you cannot see any wrinkles on her freaking hands because she has her hands covered up. Typically. Let's see. So like over here, you can see she's wearing these skin color looking gloves. You can't see the veins. Does she have any gloves over here? Maybe not. Maybe not. I can't tell. Oh, she does have gloves. Oh, you guys can't tell it. But if you look really freaking closely at this image, it's a skin color glove. Do you see the circle where her thumb is? Dolly Parton is a genius, okay? Dolly Parton is a freaking genius. She found a way to make her hands look youthful, and that's having skin colored gloves. Let me find it. Dolly Parton hands. So who knows? Maybe if I get older, I'm going to start wearing skin colored gloves. Because then I'd be like, yeah, my hands look youthful. You see that? She covers the back of her hands because the back of the hand shows signs of aging. See it? Her hands always tend to have these gloves. Over here, it might not look like it, but you can see there's some bedazzling on the hands. Smart, smart woman. And then Madonna was also wearing these short gloves. Oh, look, they said goblin hands. Oh, jeez. Let's find a picture of Dolly Parton's hands. See? More gloves. See the gloves? Very strategic. Smart woman. Smart woman. Polka dotted gloves. Nah, I love Dolly. I love Dolly Parton so much. She seems like an absolute sweetheart. But she's been very upfront about her plastic surgery. She says that she would get things nipped and tucked. Cher is another one. I really admire women who are upfront about their plastic surgery. So Cher and Dolly Parton, I think, are the two big ones that I can think of off the top of my head. And she looks great, you know, for 70-something years old. I think that's how much Cher is. She looks good. My opinion. You can see she's rocking the big hair. Remember how I told you the hair looks makes you look more youthful? Let's see, Cher 2021. She got these amazing looking wigs. Big hair. Big hair. See, big hair. Big hair. Big hair. See all the big hairs? Big hair. So maybe when I get older, you're going to start seeing me with bigger hair and wearing some freaking gloves to cover the back of my hands. And I would just, you know, I don't see anything wrong with that. It's like, you lose your volume on your hair, get a freaking hair extension. I tried wearing wigs. They were very uncomfortable for me because it gets hot underneath the wig. But, yeah, that is it. So, I'm going to end this stream. I will talk to you guys later. But I hope that you guys like listening to this whole little thing. I really like looking at celebrities sometimes, or hyper focusing on things and saying like, hey, what can I do? You know, what can I do to look good when I'm 40 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old? Not even celebrities, but it's just like average women, like a Wendy Ida. I don't think I'm going to get any cosmetic procedures done, but I think I won't rule out getting filler when I'm older. Just because it's like, if I feel like I'm losing volume on my face, like, I think that it's not a bad thing. And I would be totally upfront with it. I'd say, you know, this is a decision that I made because I wanted to look better. I'm taking care of myself, but I can't do anything about my face losing value. Losing volume. And, it's nothing to be ashamed about. Like, this is the aging process, right? So, some people, they have more fat on their face. They tend to look more youthful. But if your face is kind of thinning out for whatever reason, and you want to get a little filler, then yeah, there's nothing deceptive about it if you're upfront about it, right? And you can clearly say, this is how I look like before, and this is how I look like I'm after. It's just I wanted to look better. And if I think, you know, if I'm taking care of myself, right, body, skin, hair, clothing, and I just feel like, oh, maybe I just want to have a little bit of filler, then what's the big freaking deal? What's the big freaking deal? Nothing wrong with it. And I don't want to look like anybody else, but I just want to look like a more youthful version of myself. So I want to feel good as I get older. I want to look good as I get older, but I'm not looking to deceive anybody. I'm really just looking to maintain my looks, right, in terms of like facial volume as I get older. And that's the one thing that it's just like on my mind a little. Like you see this woman, right? She got the Juvederm right around the lines up next to her nose. See? So just getting the little Juvederm makes her look a little bit more youthful. See that? A woman like this, for instance, you get that thing, you look a little bit more youthful. This woman, she got a little bit more done. And Juvederm is not permanent. Juvederm actually, it wears away. How long does it last? I don't think Juvederm is permanent. 1 year, see? So it only goes for like 1 or 2 years. But it's kind of pricey. See this? It's like $620 for one. So if you need 2 syringes, right, this is just the cost for it. Who knows? Maybe, hopefully it goes cheaper when it gets, as the future goes on. We'll see. But, yeah, if you get like 2 syringes, so getting this done, you see this woman, so she got 2 syringes, let's say it's $650 that she paid. So we're looking at about, what, $1,350 for her to reduce the lines around her nose for 1 or 2 years. I don't think that's a bad cost, because that's about what? That's about like $4 a day. $4 a day. And she's not changing herself. She obviously still looks like herself. She just looks a little bit more youthful. You cannot do anything about losing facial volume like that. You really can't. So, yeah. And then the face, like I said, the face thins out. You start seeing lines and stuff. And I think that it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to want to look like a more youthful version of yourself. So this is an Asian woman over here. You can see, right? You can see the lines by her face, by her nose. She got it done. She looks younger. She looks more refreshed. She doesn't look like any other person. She looks like the more youthful version of herself. And then she also looks like she got her lips done a little. Yeah, she got a little lip plumping, it looks like, but very, very subtle. Not very much done. And you have to get like I think a dermatologist can do this thing too. But you need to make sure that the person doesn't go overboard. And the good thing about having it be temporary is if you feel like they put too much in there, just wait a year, wait 2 years, and the freaking thing will fade. So you don't have to live with like, oh, I look terrible for the rest of my life because they overfilled. Something like this, personally, I don't know, maybe for me, I just think this looks like a little too much filler. This one, I think this one was done really well. See? So, yeah. I don't know what exactly they did, but I know it's the lines around the face. And then there might be some, I don't know where the hell they put it directly. But he definitely looks much better. He definitely looks more youthful. Crap, where are we here? I don't know. I think it's like an injection. So, of course they probably put a numbing cream in there too. So it's not a big deal. Yeah, they probably put a numbing cream. I know, actually, frick, what am I saying? I know they put a numbing cream on there. You just trust that the person who's doing it, a dermatologist, see, it's actually a dermatologist. A dermatologist who's doing it doesn't overfill you. So if I decide to get this thing done in the future, I would not want to be overfilled. I would actually say, be a little bit more conservative than going overboard. Because I think that sometimes people have too much filler in their face and it shows. But something like this woman, you can see, right? She doesn't look like a different person. She looks like a more youthful version of herself. And I don't see anything wrong with this kind of thing. Like, she looks great. See, so she looks like, yeah, yeah, you can still see that she still has some folds, so they didn't go crazy on it. But looks like they did maybe, I don't know if they did anything on the lips, but the face, the lower half of the face really makes a big freaking difference. So yeah, never underestimate the power of filler. Using surgery to look younger is wrong? No, it's like you don't want to look like a different person. You just want to maintain your youth. Yeah. So it's an injection. It's a filler. But people could be against this thing too because they would say, oh, it's deceptive. But I would say, how could it be deceptive if I'm upfront about it, right? How, like, if I say, like, hey, I feel like, you know, let's say 20 years from now, right? I look at myself and I'm like, man, I got a little freaking deep line over here. I can't do anything about it. I'm eating good. I'm resting. I'm taking care of myself. I'm working out. And I end up with these lines just because I'm getting older, right? And if I tell people, like, yeah, I'm going to get this stuff done, right? That's not me being deceptive. It's like a very open thing. I don't think YouTube is going to be around in 20 years. But if I had a social media platform, I would be like, you know what, everybody, I'm getting filler in. I want to show you guys how it is. This is the reason why I'm getting it done. I spoke about, you know, thinking about this when I was younger, and I just want to age well. I don't want to. It's not like I want to say like, oh, you know, I look like this with no work. But truly, it's like a finishing touch kind of thing. So. If anybody, like if I was older and someone said, oh, you look really youthful, I would be upfront with them and I would say, yeah, you know, I got, let's say, a filler done and it worked out really well, and I would not go for a permanent option like I told you guys. I would only go for something that's a temporary filler, like 1 to 2 years. Because if I didn't like it, right, I just go back to the way I was before with the lines and say like, yeah, actually I tried it, didn't really care for it, no big deal. It's not just about appreciate about how I was. It's more like I want to, like I said, I want to age gracefully. I don't want to look at my face in the mirror and say, crap, I can't do anything about these lines, right? I just got to live with it. If we have the means to fill those lines with Juvederm or other fillers, then I would say go for it. Go for it. Because it's like, what's holding you back? Oh, it's the perception that other people will have on you. Like, what's the big deal about a freaking filler? If everybody knows that I'm getting filler, then it's not a bad thing. And I would say, you know, I was feeling like I didn't like these lines over here. I understand it's a part of the aging process, but I just wanted to like starve it off a little bit more. Who knows? Maybe in the future I'd have all these wrinkles, but at least I can say, well, I try to put a little band-aid on here or something like that. And for the next 1 or 2 years, I feel a little bit more confident about myself because I'm like, I saw some lines. I didn't like the lines. I filled the lines. And yeah, but I wouldn't try to deceive people and say like, no, you know, I put olive oil on my face. I look, you know, I just naturally look this good. No, it'd be a combination of things as well. And I'd be sticking to a skincare routine. I'd be exercising when I'm that old. I would be doing, you know, I would be supplementing, working on my diet as well. And yeah, I think that the only thing I would be a little worried about, like I said, is just losing facial volume. And it's a natural thing. So I expect this to happen sooner or later. And when it does happen, right, I'll just say, yeah, you guys, I took care of myself, but I just ended up with the freaking deep lines over here. I can't do anything about it, so I'm going to get some filler just to reduce the lines. And yeah, it's not like I want to deceive anybody. You can't deceive anybody if you're very upfront about it. Anybody who truly cares about you will not care about the line on your face. No, it's not that. I would not be getting this to impress anybody else but myself. I want to look in the mirror and feel like I'm doing what I can, right? If I feel happier filling some lines or looking into it, then I'd go for it. Just like for me, right? Like I didn't like my nails, so I tried fake nails, and then I realized like, you know what, Eric? I don't really like fake nails, so I don't use it. But yeah, I don't think it's it's right to tell people like they shouldn't go for filler, or they're trying to impress other people. It's like, I want to impress myself. It's not surgery. Juvederm is not surgery. Juvederm is an injectable. See, it's an injectable. See this? Well, this isn't specifically it, but it's a vial, and then you put it. A dermatologist does this, so it wouldn't be going to like some sort of like basement kind of thing where they just had these parties. No, I would actually go to a board certified dermatologist. And they just put numbing cream on you, and then they say, here's your line, let me fill it up with the filler liquid, and the line just fills up. Because you lose facial volume as you get older. This is unavoidable. Some people don't have these lines, but I'm going to assume that eventually, maybe in 15 years, 20 years, it'll be deeper and deeper and deeper. And I don't want I don't want to like have these lines like, oh. So yeah, not trying to deceive anybody, but just being very upfront that I want to put my best face forward as I get older. That's all. Okay, you guys, so Lewis is home right now, and I will talk to you guys later.
See you guys!